Hello? Hello? Is it working? What's up, Tenshi? What's up, Ren? Hey, Rob, Bobby. Yeah, I'm a couple minutes late because, shocking, something isn't working. And what's not working is the LRM. LRM will not open. So I don't know what's going on. It just literally won't open. I launch it, nothing happens. I reboot, I launch it, nothing happens. Good start to the night. This is what happens when I go back to Flight Sim. There it is. Is this thing on? Hello? I've really missed troubleshooting every program I use. It's my favorite thing. This is why we Flight Sim. Yep, I'm reinstalling it right now. I'm in luck. Oh, I've reinstalled it. Let's see if anything happens. Landing rate monitor, launch. No, nothing happens. Okay. I'm surprised it's LRM that's causing me problems right away. I thought it would be Flight Sim itself, but no. You can't use X-Plane 12? It says your key no longer works? Wait, did you have to... Maybe you have to go and like... Did you have an X-Plane 11 key that you upgraded or something? Maybe you had to... Maybe you had to get them to like transfer it to X-Plane 12 or like up... If it wasn't an upgrade key or something? Yeah, landing rate monitor doesn't work. Alright, well, I guess nothing will be tracked today. I don't... It's always something with simming. Every time. You bought it straight from the store. Oh. You got your first skateboard? Nice. I used to have like a mid-size board I used to ride around everywhere. With like real big fat soft tires on it. It was nice. I think I'm gonna have to maybe fully uninstall it. Troubleshooting at minute 0. Sim Update 3. I did launch it just to make sure it worked, and it didn't work. It had me on Sim Update 2 still. I rebooted and relaunched it multiple times, and it still had me on Sim Update 2. So I waited a day and then launched it, and there was no update, but somehow it was already updated to Sim Update 3. I don't know. It's, you know, there were problems with them even releasing Sim Update 3. So, yeah, we'll see how long my Flight Sim stream lasts tonight. So far, it's, I'm 0 for 1 on seeing if I'll have problems or not. So, we're having problems right away because of LRM this time. So, I'm going to fully reinstall, or uninstall it right now. Oh, sorry, I need to fix that chat. How do you know what sim update? Just the version number of the sim. If you look at the version number of the running program, you know. Oh yeah, I'm gonna play Foxhole as soon as I rage enough to quit Flight Sim. Absolutely. Of course, of course. Let me fix that chat box real quick. Reinstall FSU High PC? Really? I didn't even touch it and it just stopped working. It's my favorite thing when I change nothing and it stops working. That's the thing we all love the most about Flight Sim and all of the related programs we use. You know, playing Foxhole the last week, you know what I haven't run into? A single CTD. Any performance problems. Really any technical frustration at all, other than the mic volume, which was just, it was user error. I turned it up and didn't realize it, but yeah. It's been very refreshing. Okay, LRM is now open. Okay, let me reconfigure everything real quick. Because I had to uninstall the whole thing. Let me make sure I get everything Okay, username and password. Let's see here. What is it? FS Hub. FS Hub. Gotta re-sign in with that. Okay, link my account. Okay, enable VA, AeroPad. Combine touch and go, no. Enable black box mode, yes. Landing stats logbook. I don't even know what that is, but sure, enabled. Okay, let me restart LRM again. Make sure I'm in the VA. Okay, open client, sync. All right, couch captain selected. I'm gonna have to fix a bunch of stuff now because everything is gonna be incorrect. Hold on. Everything with my bot is gonna be broken now because of this. Just give me about 45, 55 minutes, maybe 5 hours. Landing rate, yes. Must restart LRM, okay. Landing rate monitor. Oh, no, not. Every time I search on Windows now, there's this huge white box that appears for like 15 seconds before it gives me results. Okay, LRM is back open. Let's try this again. Disconnected. Okay, let's start the sim. See how it goes. Online? I've been online every single day. I've just only been on Twitch. Actually, I think I took 2 days off. Yeah, I didn't stream for 2 days when I was playing Foxhole. Or maybe 3. But I've been on the last like 4 or 5 days straight. 8 hours, yep. Yeah, this is the welcome back to the dark side, yeah. This is, you know. It's what I get for playing Flight Sim again. I've also been trying to download the new Aerostar update, and their servers were. Oh yeah, actually, let me close the sim and restart it because there's an Aerostar update and I want to fly it. Okay, their servers were going like one kilobyte per second, 1 byte per second. So it took a million years to download the update. Who's excited for autumn? It has been really hot here in LA lately. Okay, I'm installing the Aerostar update. It's on 0.9.10 now. See if I remember how to fly an airplane. A real airplane, obviously. Okay, yes, install. What's up, Cyber? Trying to put a blur box? It doesn't have to be a blur. I just played with a plugin to do that. You can just put any overlay over it, over the map in the chat. What's up, T-Bone Stakey? The other thing you need to do, Speed, if you're going to stream Foxhole, is make sure that when you press the M key or whatever key, it brings up a giant like switches scenes or something to hide your game while you're looking at the main map. Otherwise, you'll leak all that information. I did it by changing my map key to like F4, just so it's not the M key, because you'll just type that randomly if you're typing in chat or anywhere on your computer. So I wouldn't do it on M, because and I also made it so when I hit escape, it also turns off the, because sometimes you hit escape to close the map and not M again. So I would make escape also close the hiding thing. Bugs in the Vision Jet. Low oil pressure warning and shuts itself down. Well, I haven't flown in Sim Update 3 full release yet. So we'll see. I don't know that I'll fly it today, but I haven't heard about anything recently just because I've been kind of out of the flight sim world for a week. Okay, let me start the sim again. Looks like it's downloaded. I have had to reinstall LRM at least twice now. This is not the first time that happened. With the LRM just randomly not opening. Seems to happen like every month or something. What's up, drumsticks? Oh yeah, I'm flying. Yep. We'll see how long it lasts though. I've had a very, very nice week of playing relatively bug-free, enjoyable games. Or game. So, yeah, it's been very nice. Instead of feeling like a QA tester, I felt like I was just playing games for fun. So that was a really nice change. I think I'll do the short haul first, or the short daily first, and then see where we go from there. It's SVVA to SVBM. We'll get that going, and then probably just use the Aerostar for this one, and then maybe if things are okay, I'll do the next one. We'll do like a maybe a Citation X or a 319 or something like that. Those are kind of my go-to still, I guess. Group flight daily, yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens with the sim running. I'm worried about it. I have a feeling I'm going to hate it. Just based on how the beta went and all the performance problems I had and all the feedback I gave them and them still releasing it and seeing threads that people are still are all having similar problems. Lots of people. It's like, all right, well, tons and tons of us tried to warn you guys. Sim Update 3 performance is really, really bad. And I guess they launched it anyway. I don't know. We'll see. See how it goes. Control setup works with Sim Update 3. You clean your controllers, removed repeat flags. The control setup worked. It just took a long time. It was never not working. You just had to wait until it finished loading each screen before clicking. It was just slow, but it worked fine. What's up, Mario? Yeah, I'm alive. I've been on Twitch the last week. I've just been playing other games. I've been playing Foxhole. It's incredible. I'm obsessed. What's up, Clorix? I just had to reinstall LRM, uninstall it completely, and reinstall it completely because it refused to start. So that's been the first 15 minutes of the stream so far. I don't know why it just refused to open, even after a reboot. So it's one of those days. I'm not expecting Sim Update 3 to be great, so we'll see. If it's great, then I'll be surprised. Definitely not the 350. I want to check the release notes on the Aerostar too, because I got another update. Oh yeah, they added. Oh yeah, I remember last time they added the three liveries. Oh, they added 1, 2, 3. They added one more livery. Oh, they added this one, right? Whoa. My screen is... Dude, look at this. You guys see this crazy flickering, right? And all this static. This is a good start. Yeah, it's not great. It wouldn't surprise me. It's been 2 months of a really bad beta. So... Oh, LRM reset script? Oh, I looked on the wiki and I didn't see that. It just said to contact you guys, and I didn't want to do that because I wanted to get it working now, so I went to, I just reinstalled it. Yeah, I think that's the second time that's happened to me. Okay, let's do the short daily SVVA, SVBM, SVVA. Runway 10. We can take any parking now because we're in Sim Update 3. And let's make it daytime, all players, sun, live weather. You have flickering graphics? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I saw that in the beta. I don't know, we'll see. And the satellite image looks great though. Yeah, I saw a quick, oh yeah, and the sound is okay, right? I set up some, yeah, the sound hopefully is good. But yeah, I was looking through Reddit after not looking for a bit and saw one of the first threads I saw were people saying, Sim Update 3 has completely ruined my game because of performance. Can't get more than 30 FPS, people with high-end graphics cards. I don't know, it seems like maybe it affects people with higher end systems more than mid-tier systems, you know? Not sure. Okay.
You need to set parking brakes to request ground services.
Dude. Okay. Whoa. What is... Okay, you guys are seeing this, right? What is that? I move the camera and I'm getting fluorescent flashes. NVIDIA smooth motion? I didn't turn it on. I don't even know what it is. Is that a default thing? Not you laughing in 9060 XT. Yeah. Look at the screen. Latest driver update. Okay. Alrighty, thanks NVIDIA. Let me take a look. Yeah, I mean NVIDIA sucks, so it doesn't surprise me that they would do something like that. So let me take a look. It's called Smooth. Oh man. Okay. Smooth motion. I do not see it in the control panel. What the heck? Wait, hold on. Why does it say my computer is using DisplayPort? It's not. My computer's on HDMI. What? No frame gen. No, no frame gen. Unless it just turned itself on just now. No frame gen, TAA. I mean, I could turn this to 100. Shouldn't matter. Max frame rate, VSync on. Maybe I have a VSync conflict. Let me look. I think maybe I turned on fast VSync. Yeah, VSync is on fast. Let me turn it off here. Maybe that's it. That might be. I'm getting a lot of screen tearing even with VSync. Okay. I mean, the frame rate's good. Let's check our lovely latency. Okay, 12 milliseconds is normal for me, I think. Sometimes I have less than 10, but it's usually when I'm in the middle of nowhere. Okay, I think it might be... Oh, there's some flickering. Okay, we'll see what happens as I get in the flight. So, main thread limitation. I believe I have game mode on. Yes, game mode is on. I'm not using Process Lasso or anything like that. And I have... I'm not in X3D turbo mode, so my 9950 X3D is just out of the box settings. Look at this, this thing going red constantly. Okay, whatever. Let's turn off the... I'll just turn this off. I don't want to look at the FPS. Okay, let me get a Simbrief flight plan to SVBM. Actually, we could do, let's do some sky vector since we're in the Aerostar. So SVVA to SVBM. Are we in Brazil? Maybe Brazil. Okay, we got a VOR between each of them. It's just direct. Each one has a VOR. And let's see, is there a real world? No real world routes in there. I think it might only be for the US. So we'll go outbound on 112.2. Check if there's an airway. Yep. How do we identify? Oh, we identify all these waypoints through this VOR up here. Puerto Cabello? Puerto Cabello? And then Valencia. So 099 radial outbound, and then we just get the... I think this is interesting. It wants us to... How do we get on this whiskey airway and stay on a specific course? Are we supposed to... We're supposed to fly along these... Not directly to a VOR and just keep identifying cross radials, I guess? If we go this way to Coleg, Vasot, and then over here, like that, we would use cross radials for 1, 2, 3 waypoints. So that's interesting. And DME, I guess, is that DME 30? Plus 34, so DME 64 at that waypoint, and then this one is DME 43, I think, on the 243. Yeah, how else would we identify those waypoints? I mean, we have this one here, 062 radial off this one, to identify Vasot. Okay, we'll just start by heading outbound on this one. We'll monitor Puerto Cabello, and then see when we get Valencia in range. Okay, let me set that up. And I'll have to... Actually, I don't know if I have to reset any preferences here. I mean, the frames feel real smooth so far. Let's auto-hide this. Oh yeah, they still broke this thing, right? I wonder if all the devs that make this toolbar mod had to update it yet again. Yeah, the short daily, yeah. Just gotta put the route in. So let's see, we're gonna go... SVBM to the Coleg waypoint. Then Vasot, Nazca. And then the airport, SVVA. And it looks like 9,000 feet is recommended. Okay, the arrow pad is broken. Hold on, I gotta reset all the stuff up with the bot. Alright, I don't have the plugin. Oh god. I think the Colonials won the war because we had... I mean, I didn't look at it this morning. I was sleeping when the war ended, or I was in a meeting, I think, right at 9 a.m. But, I don't know, I assume the Colonials won because we were ahead by like
Folks,
4 victory points last night.
Let me tell you about COFFI. It's a word, a beautiful word, meaning nothing and everything. Just like my tweet on Bella, which... Excuse me. That was just me checking the air quality in lab, folks. It's tremendous. And congratulations to SPVIT for becoming the new Bork VIP. Say here where you might lose
to find the... I have to go to the forums and find this plugin again. Oh, man. Okay, hold on. I need more time to fix LRM. Okay. Pretty sure I have to download 2 files and merge all the files together to get it to work too, if I remember correctly. Live browser source. It shouldn't take that long. Plugins. Yep. Continue. Install. And there's like a patch. Dev. JS. Okay, replace files. Let's see, did that do it? Maybe. Let's see. Maybe not. Okay, hold on. Let me look at my overlays here. FS Hub, plugins, live browser source, blah, blah, blah. Yes. Close. Open. Set plan. What's up, Wood? How you doing? Oh, come on. Ooh. Did not miss troubleshooting every single day. Did not miss it. Oh, it is working. Oh, right, okay. It's... the URL is wrong. Wow, okay. I need to edit the files again and re-customize this. Look at that, it's beautiful. Yeah, I forgot to back up my changes to it. Charlie, what's going on? Okay, let me get rid of some stuff here. Altitude, speed, vertical speed. I love how, I don't know if you guys ever like just try to save a file in Windows, but whoever develops FSUIPC had the brilliant idea of making Alt-F the shortcut to hide and show FSUIPC. And I don't know if you guys know this, but when you hit Alt and a key like F, it's for the file menu in almost every Windows application. You hit Alt-F and then S or Control-S to save a file. And they apparently have never done that because Alt-F hijacks, it hijacks Alt-F and you can't use it in any other program while FSUIPC is running, which is wild. But yes, there's yikes. Okay, there. No, not working. Arrival and departure. Okay, that looks right, but it's not populating. Oh yeah, there's a bug with it I have to fix myself too. I remember in one of the JavaScript files, it puts the departure as both the departure and the arrival. So there's a typo in there I have to find and fix, which is in the JavaScript files, the API file. Yep, I found it. It is departure equals departure, departure equals, or arrival equals departure again. On line 28 of the API JS file. Okay, fixed. Let's see again if it works. It's not working. just here, unsurprisingly, 30 minutes in troubleshooting. This is why I didn't miss playing, to be honest. Now it's not updating the data at all. Let me try to restart it. Will we be in the air before 1 hour goes by? That is the question. Hey, Bird. Got a MacBook for work? Stark contrast from Windows? Oh, you've never used a Mac before? Yeah, Macs are better. I mean, not for gaming, but for work, they're just better. They just basically always work, like no joke. I've done tons of like audio stuff, video stuff, photography stuff, programming stuff. I've done all sorts of stuff on Macs for, I don't even know how many years now, 20 years? Maybe longer. They're just better at basically everything. Except for gaming, that's it. That's the only reason to have a PC is gaming. If you don't game, there's literally no reason to have a PC. Or unless you don't work. If you work on Windows apps, obviously you need to, but other than that, like, I would never recommend anybody buy a PC ever. It's just too many problems all the time. A Mac just works. It'll work for like 10 years. Game without an hour of troubleshooting is no fun. Yeah, it's just not showing my departure and arrival airports now, so I don't know. Let me restart LRM. If that doesn't work, I'm just not going to use the tracker today. I didn't expect to have to redo all this today. Of course. Come on, Windows, you can do it. Okay, it's running again. Start. Restart. Nope.
Well, a bird, bird, bird. But bird's a word. Well, a bird, bird, bird. Well, a bird is a word. Well, a bird, bird. But bird's a word. Well, a bird, bird, bird.
Yeah, it just doesn't work.
Well, a bird is a word. Well, a bird, bird. But bird's a word.
Let's see. I think I have. Let me find my flight plan. Yeah, my flight plan is submitted on the site. I'm using the live flight statistics, but it's not bringing in anything, so. Failed to fetch, blah, blah, blah.
Well, a bird, bird, bird. But bird's a word. Well, a bird, bird, bird.
I know why. Okay. The default port didn't work for me, so I had to change the port, and that doesn't play well with the plugin.
Oh, call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Plugins, live browser source, JS, API. Okay, 29. Save. Come on.
Lizard.
Failed to fetch, blah, blah, blah. Connection 8320 is not in use. I need to change the IP. Okay, 009. Okay, let's try again. Connection refused. It's still using the wrong URL. Okay, let me restart it again. Services, restart. Okay, somehow it has the old address cached even though I've changed it. Sorry, guys. Not my fault. I have to restart LRM again, I think. The system tray menu is now broken. Okay. I don't understand.
2 hours later.
Why can't I use the system tray anymore? I right click the system tray icon, nothing happens. Can't quit the thing. Okay. Nice. Okay, now the system tray works after restarting. Weird. Could I please use my computer? Yeah. I don't know how it's using a URL that I removed from the file. Did it not save? Failed to fetch. It's using 127 blah blah blah, and I changed it in both spots and it's still trying to use the old URL somehow. I have no idea how it's doing that. This is great. Aeropad preferences. Okay, that is right. 8329. I launched everything too, and I was like, "Oh, everything works good." And then once I got ready to do the flight, I was like, "Oh, great, LRM's dead. Can't use LRM." And I have to debug it. This plugin. Yeah, I've changed the URL and it's not. Somehow the code is not updating in my browser. Okay, there. I think I got it now. Oh my god! Finally. Okay, I'll have to add the Couch Captains thing later. I can't do this anymore. Like coding to play a game. We'll see if I get through one flight today. I'm already getting so frustrated. I don't want to play anymore. Okay, yay, let's go. Can I play the game now, please? Yeah, short daily than Foxhole, probably. I was having fun the last 6 days. Okay, that's working. Let me get SimBrief back up, or sorry, SkyVector back up. Okay, hopefully we have enough fuel. And let's see if anything got reset in these settings. Persistence. Okay, I think we're good. All right, and no GPS. All right, let's get battery, beacon.
Thank you very much.
Prop full forward, mixtures
Danny,
out.
What a tremendous contribution.
Go. More throttle than we need.
Kaufif was just a typo, folks. A little mix-up, nothing big. And about Bellet, it's a secret, folks.
All right, left.
Excuse me.
The left starter on.
That was just the air conditioning. Very strong. Anyway, Kip's face. Maybe it's too beautiful for the screen.
Oh my god, the parking brake is still off by default. Guys, come on. How are there so many updates in the parking brake? They've made 11 versions of this plane and the parking brake is still off by default. That is crazy. Okay, let's warm it up. Okay, 1000 RPM. There we go. Okay, let's do engine number 2 now. Boost. Okay. Throttle. Let's do throttle. Oh, I don't have both throttles set. Okay. Again. I like how I did it the like exact same, and the right engine starts up fine, but the left one took a lot of work. Oh, right.
G'day, mates. Just popping in to give a massive shout out to Excessively Salty for being a couch captain for 5 whole months.
There we go.
You legend. Now keep the Bork coins flowing for Kip, who's diving into Foxhole. One day we'll clink our
No,
glasses
not
in
Foxhole
LA.
today.
For now, make sure to join me on Fly Conti. Cheers.
No, we're not doing Foxhole today, Conti. I forgot to let Conti know that I'm not playing Foxhole today. Is the game worse? Oh, I don't know. We'll see. I've read a little bit about it today. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Danny, thank you for the super chat, dude. Get ready for the bees. No, I think the engines sound okay in this. It's not too bad. They've improved the... Whoa, that stutter was weird. They definitely improved the sounds compared to the first version. Alright, let's get the alternators on. Pull the mixture back. Get the fuel boost off. There we go. Flaps. I don't know why this is always in the up position too. I feel like it should probably start in neutral. Let's get the AP on. Avionics, auto trim. That's all good. We'll get the radios on. We're going to use nav. I'm just going to do VOR. Get all this on. Hit common to set our altimeter. We're at about 1,400 feet AGL or MSL. DME is on. Okay, and then outbound, we're going to go outbound from, I can't pronounce that, Barkisiman? No. 112.2. 112.2. And somehow we're not in range. We are literally at the airport. 112.2. Alright, well, we're going to fly that one outbound 099. So let's throw in 099er. 099. Right there. Okay, and then after that we will be using, I think just using this VOR, Puerto Cabello 117.7 for cross radials. 117.7. Let me make sure that FS Hub knows where I'm at. Make sure everything's running right. Public profile. Okay. Yep. On the ground. We're good. Performance in Sim Update 3 is slightly worse, but it's been mostly okay. Yeah, numbers are lower, but it feels smoother. That's good. Yeah, I mean, if the minimum FPS is higher than it used to be and the maximum is lower than it used to be, but we're still able to get like 60 plus, then that's good in general. If they're raising the floor, then I'm okay with that. I think most people would rather have a higher minimum than a higher maximum FPS. Okay, let me go to fuel payload, update the DEM. We're not going to fill it. Let's try that again. Update DEM. And we'll get the nav light on. Let's see if these lights work. Yep, landing, and strobe light switches work. Check our temperatures, pressures, all in the green. And suctions in the green. Is that our vacuum system? Right? Gyro pressure. I sim to alleviate the trauma of the war. Well, I think it's not even in the new war yet. It's I think it's in some temporary like sandbox, like just fun mode basically. I haven't launched it today, or no, sorry, I launched it when I woke up just to see what was happening and see if the war was started, but it's not. Anyway, I'm talking about Foxhole, which that's what I've been playing for the last week. It's been very fun. Is everybody really in airliners? No, there's no way. Look, you're in a tail dragger, right? All right, let's turn off the parking brake. Exacerbates the trauma. Parking brake didn't work. Yeah, this thing is on version whatever .11, 9.9.11 or whatever, or 9.9.10, and the parking brake is still off by default, which is maybe it'll remember it for my next flight. I don't know. Citrus Jet. I know it was an autocomplete. Oh, we can't see tail numbers anymore? Remember that time where we could see tail numbers? I do have it on low. Do I dare change it to ultra? I don't know if I should change it to ultra. I'm a little scared. I do have the model matching mod turned off. Oh no, I do have air traffic on ultra. So it's on ultra. I do not have the model matching mod installed, and it's showing Speeve. What's the 307? Anyway, Speeve is a tail dragger max right now. These little stutters are getting annoying. The Stratoliner? Alright, let's get out of here. Mixture rich, prop full forward. We'll get all the lights on. A little rolling takeoff here. Whoa. 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 Okay, we're good. Let's get out of here. Alright, it's been a week. Let's see if I remember how to do this. Oh yeah, I'm guessing they didn't fix the proximity thing, right? I still have it off from hiding people that are near me. Alright, at least all my peripherals still work, so that's good. Alright, gear up. We're back. Alright, we're up a good 1,000 feet. Flaps are already up. Bandwidth too low? Okay. If you say so. Alright, let's pull the prop back to 24. And manifold pressure's at 24 inches. I do love this plane though. Alright, we still don't have the... We do not have the VOR in range. Neither VOR is in range. And we're supposed to go up to 9,000 feet, so we'll try to keep the climb going. A little more power. Mixture's still rich. Gonna leave it rich. I want the temperatures to come down. We took off without any barks? Oh yeah, that is a first. Usually, actually, does she do it when I'm taking off or on final? I think it's usually on final. She realizes it's time for me to concentrate. Okay, we got the DME in now. Wait, why does it say 87.5 miles? What? Oh. Wait, are we taking off from SVVA? Oh, I put it in backwards. You guys probably told me this 10 times and I didn't see it. Wait, am I going the right way? SVVA to SVBM. I put it in backwards. Well, that's nice. We can just fly directly towards that VOR now. And yeah, we need to turn around. So I loaded it in backwards. Nice. Alright, let me go reverse the route here. So it's really SVVA to Nazca to Vasat to Coleg to SVBM. Set the plan, reverse it. Alright, there we go. And then we have to go the opposite direction, so I am on the wrong VOR. We can pretty much go direct to the other VOR, so I'll just do that for now. But yeah, I have it reversed. So from here, we need to go outbound on the 260 radial. That would be from the other VOR 117s. No, not 1177. 1174. So outbound 260. Alright, 260. Get the autopilot on, heading mode on, and attitude mode. Attitude holds. Alright, 6 miles. That makes more sense. Only 47 minutes, yeah. Well, this time it was landing rate monitor not starting for some reason. But with the sim, so far so good. We got a tail dragger 737 max, but that's nothing new. It does feel smooth right now, that's for sure. It definitely feels smooth. Still looks beautiful. Nothing there has changed. Yeah, make sure the fuel boosts are off. Autopilot's doing a fun little wobbly dance. Look at this. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's the attitude hold, I guess. In the turn. Alright, there we go, and let's get nav mode on. We can just activate that now. It'll get us on a 45-degree intercept. And then we already have the destination VOR in range, so we can just... I mean, we wouldn't be exactly on this airway because there's no VOR that connects it on the east side over here where the airway actually is. So to get Nazca, I mean, how do we do this? How do we do this accurately with our distance north to south? So we have this one we can monitor, 117.7. We have that in, but it's not in range. So we just switch it to front. Wait. Oh, it isn't. Wait, it is in range. It is in range. All right, so we're on the 163 radial right now. And to get to Nazca, we need to be at 30 DME on the 213 radial from that VOR. So when this in from reads 213, because radials are always from, so it'd be from this VOR, this line right here would be when we get the 213 radial on 117.7. The issue is, though, DME-wise... Yeah, I guess the DME doesn't matter because we'll be flying this direction. The moment we hit the 213 radial, we'll know we're at this intersection Nazca, and then we need to turn to the right slightly. Now, how do we determine what heading to fly to the right on? That's the weird part about this. Because we're 30 DME here, but a second later we're not 30 DME. You know, as we're traveling along this line, DME distance on this Whiskey 14 airway to the PBL VOR up here is going to be longer and longer and longer distance as we get further from it. But when we get to this one... Man, we can't use DME over here either because there's no VOR. This is just another intersection. Yeah, this is kind of weird. I don't know how accurate we can be here. Well, heading doesn't let you, you know, you'd have to account for wind, so you can't really do that accurately. And we'll keep the climb going. Yeah, how do we identify Vasat? Oh, down here, right? Okay. Okay, so to identify Vasat, we fly this direction until we get... Oh, that's so weird. We need like 3 radios. We want to be a specific DME distance. We want to be on both of these radials at the same time between this VOR and this VOR here. We have 2 radials, the 062 and the 243 from both those VORs. And when we're on those radials simultaneously, we'll be passing Vasat. So we're going outbound right now, and when we get to 21 DME, we're currently at 6.8. When we get to 21 DME, that should coincide when we are on the 213 radial from this VOR up here that we're tuned into. So this number is going to increase as we cross over those different radials from east to west. So until we hit this black line, G427, that's going to be the 213 radial. So when it says 213 for this VOR right here, we have it set to from to tell us what radial we're on. Then we'll be at that intersection. So we need to turn right once we get there. But the thing is, I don't know. We can't. I'm trying to figure out how to accurately fly this section right here. From Nazca all the way to Coleg looks like this, roughly the same heading. So I mean, I think we could, yeah, we could just fly the magnetic heading. The problem is that wind is going to push us off left and right. And along these segments, like we don't have DME to rely on, because DME is not based off any VOR. None of this segment here between Nazca and Coleg, those lines are not connected to any VOR we can just look at for DME. It's off course here. If we kept going this way, like this line kept going, there is a difference there. I don't know the wind. How do we know the wind? Or almost at 9,000 feet. Yeah, we'd fly to Malka. Yeah, you're right. That would be better, yep. Yeah, we could get the ATIS, but that gives us the wind at the field. It doesn't give us the wind where we are and how far we've been blown off course. So yeah, I think you're... yeah, Q's right. We should go... I shouldn't have gone on this. I should have just done this. Malka, and then down to this airport. Yeah, let's change and do that so we can be accurate. So we'll go to Malka 292, or 291 radial outbound instead. 291. Alright, there's 291. We'll turn to that. Yeah, they have GPS. We don't. Yeah, this is what we have to do. We have to fly only on actual airways. Like this Whiskey 14 is not an airway that... It's not a Victor style airway that connects to a... connects to an actual VOR. And then we have the VOR here, BRM. So we would go Whiskey 24 to Malka, and then Malka to BRM, and then the airport's right there. Alright, let me refresh the route. Alright, there we go. I already forgot how to navigate. Alright, 29 miles. So here we can read the DME between these three just by adding them up. So 29, 12, and 29. And we can also monitor the VOR. So when we get to the 054 radial for 112.2, then we'll know we're good. So 112.2, and we switch it to from to get the radial. So radial always is outbound from it. So when this gets to the 054 radial, then we know to turn inbound and go direct to this VOR right here. We'll be on Whiskey 24. Oh, we're on Whiskey 24 the whole time, actually. Yeah, Whiskey 24 makes that turn. And then 23 miles DME inbound. So that will have us on the reciprocal course of 054. So that'll be 274. Yeah. Saved by Q. Thank you, Q. Oh, we're probably at 9,000. We're at 10,000. Alright, altitude hold. That's fine. We'll just stop at 10,000. Max power. Yeah, ask a radar coverage. Yeah, ask for ATC to save us. Yeah, this is the right way though. Q's right. Fly only on airways that extend from a VOR. Or to a VOR. Otherwise, yeah, we can't make this turn without these turns precisely without GPS because there's no VOR on the other side of this route. No way to measure DME, and we only know when we happen to pass by these. If we got two, we could find this by getting the correct, being on the correct radial, the correct DME. But say we get to where we think, say we get to both of these radials, we could be anywhere along this black line, A550. We could be anywhere along that line potentially when we get both of those radials in. It might be off by 1 or 2 degrees because they're different, but just because this one says 243. So if we're like down here, this might say 062 while the one up here says, you know, 241 or 242. But we wouldn't, DME would be the way we decide if we're a VSOT or not. Without DME, if we hit those 2 radials, this cross radial and that cross radial, it just means we just crossed over the 550 airway, but not necessarily a VSOT unless we happen to have 45 DME on one and 18 plus 25 DME on the other. So there'd be 43 DME on the other. So we'd have to be, yeah. All in-game Airbuses are broken? Do you mean all the any builds ones? Are they really? Yeah, let's double check our altitude as well. 10,000 feet here. We need to go up to 10,000 anyway, so that was just lucky. So let's do attitude hold, pitch it up. Go to 10,000, then hit altitude hold again. 10,000s are safe en route altitude, or MEA, minimum en route altitude. Alright, here comes 10,000. Phoenix is okay? Oh, okay. Yeah, the Asobo ones are the any builds ones. Oh, when you use Simbri for your flight plan? Are they? Well, what happens when you, do they crash when you load in the flight plan or something? Is that what happens? If every radial's away from the VOR, how do you ever fly to one correctly? What number do you put in? Oh yeah, so the radial, how I simplify it is I only think about the course that I want to fly. What radial I'm on, I think of that secondarily to what course I want to fly. So in our case here, we're flying away from this VOR, right? Just remember that the radials are not a magnetic heading. They are a course, or I guess a bearing or a track from the VOR according to the VOR. So this might say 291. Our GPS course, our track that it says we're flying might be 292 or 293 or 290. And it's because the VOR has its own idea of what magnetic north is. So anyway, when you're using VORs, you use the radials, and that's why they're denoted here, is because it has its own idea of what direction you're heading. It'll be off by a few degrees. So anyway, we're flying away from this VOR is step 1, right? So all we have to do is tune into the VOR 117.4. So I got that tuned in here on my nav1 radio. And then the HSI right here is connected to nav1. So I use the yellow course needle here to dial in my desired course. So we're flying outbound, right? So we're flying to the west. This says 291. So we know we fly in the 291 radial outbound. So all we have to do here is dial in 291. So you can see 291's pointed at, and we are intercepting that course. Do I have nav mode on? I do. It looks like the winds are pretty nasty because, oh no, it's not. It's the, I gotta fix this. Okay, so winds aren't that bad. So we dial in our desired course. Just always think about what course you want to fly in terms of cardinal directions, in terms of what degrees you want to fly. Now, when we talk about inbound though, if we start by thinking about our course, say we get to Mulka right here, we're going to make this left-hand turn to this VOR next. Now the course we're going to fly towards that is to the southwest, right? This is all a north-up map. So this is to the southwest. If you look at the radial we need to fly on, it says 054. But obviously we're not flying 054, right? That's the opposite. That's the reciprocal course. So in our case, all we have to do is take the opposite of this, the reciprocal course of 054. Because we'll be flying towards it, not away from it. All the numbers around it are if you're flying away from the VOR only. Radials only go away, radiate from the VOR. So in this case, since we're flying to it and not from it, all we do is take the reciprocal. The easiest way to do that is I use the +2 -2 trick. So if this is a 0, we can't subtract 2 from 0, right? -2, that's not a heading. So we add 2. So the 0 becomes a 2. Because we just added 2, the next thing we do is subtract 2. So the 5 becomes a 3. So this becomes 0 becomes 2, 5 becomes 3, so it's 2, 3, 4. That's the reciprocal. So 2, 3, 4 is the course we're going to fly inbound to the VOR. All you do is reverse it if you're flying inbound. But technically, if we were going to tell somebody what radial we are on, we're technically on the 054 radial inbound to the VOR, which means we're flying a course that is the opposite of that. So we're flying a 234 course inbound. That puts us on the 054 radial, which is always outbound. It's always referred to as the outbound course or radial from the VOR. So just always think about what course you want to fly, and second, care about what radial you're on. So here it's just saying if you fly away from the VOR, you fly 054 to be on this airway right here. So because we're not flying away from it, we just reverse it. So 054, you can just add or subtract 180 if that's easier for you. I do the +2 -2 thing, so it goes 2, 3, 4. We can do that again here, 099. It becomes 2, 7, 9. 312, we can't add to 3, right? We can't go higher than 3 for a heading. So that becomes 1, 3, 2. 292 becomes 0. And then we have 09. 09 becomes 11. 112. So if you group the numbers, it's easy too. But in a lot of the cases, you'll just add to one number and subtract from the other. So this becomes 071. 4, or sorry, in this case, it becomes 042. This becomes 358. See how I'm doing it? I'm adding 2, then subtracting 2. This one is a 2, so it has to become a 0. So I subtract 2, then add 2, 042. 251 goes 071. 259, 079. So you can just go around and practice like that anytime you see. The only issue is there are like 20-ish degrees where it doesn't work out correctly. Ignore the number on the closest part. Extend out the other side of the circle. Read that number instead. So the numbers that are on the outside here, these are just defining, just think of these as highways, right? The radials are essentially highways. You can even picture them on the ground or stationary in the air if that's easier for you. So remember, they're not moving. They're just highways that we're flying on, these airways. So when we get to this Mulca, say we want to fly on this magenta line right here, Whiskey 24. We want to fly inbound to the VOR. If we want, you can just dial in any course. You could just fly to the VOR from any course, but we specifically want to fly in on this airway right here called the Whiskey 24. So if you're flying outbound, the radial is the course. If you're flying inbound, the radial, if you need to know the radial name, it's the reciprocal of the course. So in the case, right now we're flying outbound from this Valencia VOR on the 291 radial, which is the same as the course. So we're flying outbound. 291 is to the west, right? So when we put in course 291, it makes sense. Okay, we're flying away from it. 291, yep, that is flying to the west. 291, we just fly on the 291 radial. We're on this airway. So long as we're flying 291 away from here, we're on this black line right here. And then eventually we get to Mulca. Once we turn left at Mulca, we're going to now be using this VOR, 112.2, and flying inbound. Now if we look at just at the map here, we're going to make this left turn and be flying southwest towards this VOR. So that's going to be a magnetic heading that is southwest, right? So something between 180 and 270, right? Will give us like a southwest heading. So, like 225 or something like that. So in this case, when we're going southwest, again, we want to be on this black line, right? I want to fly on the Whiskey 24, airway. But because we're flying southwest, and we're flying towards a VOR, the number we look at, our course is going to be the opposite, the reciprocal of what course we're looking at here when we're going inbound. Because we're flying southwest. If we flew 054, when we get to Malka, we'd fly outbound 054, right? Because 054 goes north, we'd be flying outbound back up this way, away from the VOR. So because we want to fly to it, we just take the reciprocal. So you can add or subtract 180 if that works easier for you in your head. I do the +2 -2 trick, which is like a shortcut. So if you take 054 and you add 180 to that, you're going to get 234. But how I do it is I take the 0 and make it a 2, and then we're left with 254 or 25. Just ignore the last number. So 05, we become 25, 24, 23. So we go, the 0 becomes 2, we added, now we subtract, the 5 becomes a 3. Down here, the 0 becomes a 2, the 9 becomes a 7, 279. So you can fly around the map and just practice that if you want. 290, it becomes 0, and then 09 plus 2 is 11, 110. That's a little weird, right? Because if you did 0, you said 2 becomes 0, and then you add 2 to 9, it's 11, so it's 110. 238 becomes 058. 206 becomes 026. It just matters how it works in your head. For me, +2 -2 is the thing that caught on for me. There are some cases where it doesn't make sense, though. You end up with a number greater than 360, and in that case, I just think to myself, how much past 360 is this? And that's the number. So in this case, 056 becomes 236. 069, 249. 087, 267. 105, 30, right? We're going to be 30 for a moment. So 30 minus 2 is 285. So it's just up to you. You decide whether to subtract or add based on the first number, yes. So if you look at the first number, we're not going to subtract 2 from 0. Right? +2 -2 works. Yeah, I just always think of it as 2. I don't even think in my head. I just look at the number. It's a 0, I know I'm adding. If it's a 1, I know I'm adding. If it's a 2 or a 3, I know I'm subtracting. I can't subtract from the 0 because that's not a valid. I'm not going to be a -2 something. So this becomes a 2. The 8 becomes a 6. Yes, 070 becomes 250. 250 becomes 070. Yep. That's how it works better for me in my head that way. I really like +2 -2. But if we might find an example practicing that it doesn't work. And you have to think a second step past that. So I think it's usually the lower numbers like this, right? Or no, it starts with a 1. So this becomes 3. I need something like 17, something like 185, 190, radios like that. So 197, this would be an example. 1 becomes 3, and 9 becomes 7. So we have 377, right? That's more than 360, but it's 17 degrees more than 360. So that's how I do it. I just say 017. The 1 becomes a 3, the 9 becomes a 7, 377. 377, well, how much past? It's like we've gone around the clock 1 full time. So how much more past 360 is that? It's 17 degrees past it. It's only going to be up to 20 degrees past it. So it's really easy for that second step in my head. But the vast majority of the time, it's very fast to just look at this and go 253. 3. Okay, this one's another weird one just because it's not. This one becomes 3, and then the 1 becomes what? -1. So if this is a 3, then it's 31. 31 minus 2 is 29. 296. 315. Most of the time it's very, very fast. But when you run into the weird ones, it does take you a little bit longer. And this, I mean, if you can do it both ways, I can't. Maybe you look at this and you go, I'm not using a +2 -2 for this. I'm just going to add 180. But however it works in your head, if it gets you to the right number, then it works, you know. So yeah, when you're flying outbound, you fly the radial. The radial is your course. When you fly inbound, you fly the reciprocal of the radial as your course. That's it. Now, if you just want to fly directly to the VOR, this is essentially doing a direct to, but not with GPS. All you have to do is turn the course until the needle is centered and the arrows are pointing in the same direction. So in this case, this arrow on the inside, this white arrow, this is our to from flag on the HSI. The course is set by the yellow arrow. If they are pointing in opposite directions, then this is a from flag. It's telling us that by flying this course we've selected, we will be flying from the VOR, away from the VOR. If I turn this all the way around, the arrowheads will be on the same side of the HSI, and that means it's a to flag. Or you can have an OBS or a CDI that looks like this that has an explicit to from flag here. So this one has it combined with the HSI, but here on the OBS, it just has, or the CDI, sorry, the course deviation indicator, the CDI has an explicit to from flag shown. So this means we have the other VOR tuned in. So on the second nav radio, I'm using 112.2, which is this VOR, right? We're flying along this pink line right here right now, this magenta line. So along this route at any point, we could just turn off and decide to go directly from our current location directly to the next VOR, right? Anywhere along this line, we could draw this line right here to this VOR. So say I want to go directly to that VOR, I'm like, I'm not going to fly in this airway anymore, which isn't a great idea because, did I miss a turn? I don't know, I don't think so. Maybe. I'm yapping. We're at 054, what radial are we on now? 032. Yeah, we missed the turn. So now I'm on a 032 radial, which is like up here somewhere. 1, 2, 3. I'm up here right now because we're on the 032 radial. So this is a good example of, well, if I want to go directly to the VOR, since I'm up here where this dot is, I'm pretty much, instead of the 054 radial, I kept flying along that line, and I'm on the 032. So there's 0, 10, 20, 32. I'm pretty much right here right now, just by looking at the radial. This is a nice thing about this, is I can just say from and look at what radial we're on. So it's 026. So we keep going, we'll eventually be north, right? Like up here on this line, you know. So if I want to fly directly to it, we're up here floating in the middle of nowhere, and I want to fly directly to this VOR because I missed my turn. The way to do that, first I'm just going to switch the frequencies. So I'm just going to sync our heading bug straight ahead with the autopilot so we don't turn yet. I'm going to dial in the other VOR on my nav1 radio because that's where the autopilot's attached to over here. I could use the nav2 switch, but anyway, we'll just do it this way. So I'm going to dial in 112.2. And this is going to change. And now I want to fly to this VOR. So this is 112.2. Beresmeto, I don't know how to say it. So we're up here somewhere. We want to fly. We're going to fly generally south, right? But all we have to do is turn this until we get a 2 flag. So that is where the arrowhead and the white, both arrows are on the same side. Or if we're using this one, we would turn it until we get a 2 flag, like this. And we keep turning it until the needle centers, and that tells us what course to fly to get to the VOR. To the VOR, fly this course. But you just center the needle and it tells you how to fly, what course to fly. And we did the same thing down here. I keep turning it, and we'll see it'll be the same, right? It'll be around 195 or whatever. So I keep turning it, there's 19, and now that needle's centered. I put it in backwards. So I have to do, all I have to do is turn this way and fly to it. And just treat it like you would GPS. All we're going to do is fly towards the broken side of the line to intercept that course. I can also just hit nav and let the autopilot fly right along that course for us. Yeah, the direct is easy. If you want to go directly to a VOR, you just tune the VOR, turn the course knob or the OBS knob until the needle is centered with a 2 flag. So that's this 2 flag right here. Or on the HSI, it looks like this with both arrowheads next to each other. If this white arrowhead is over here on the non-arrowhead part of the line, then that's a from flag. So all you do is turn it until you get the needle centered. I can keep turning it right now because we're kind of moving along the radials. There, so we can start turning. So no matter how you do it, as long as the needle is centered and you're flying along that course, keeping it, flying towards the broken side and keeping that needle centered, then, or the broken part of the line centered, then you're flying to the VOR. And we can see we're 20 miles away from it with DME. And that number is going down because we're flying directly towards it. So we're 20 miles away from the VOR. Now, if I want to cut over, so right now we're basically right like here or something, right? We're flying south towards it on like a, what is it, like a 300 course, whatever, 300 radial, which would be this one right here. So we're kind of flying this way, but we intended to be on this black line over here. So if I want to go from here this way and intercept that black line, we just put in the course we want to fly. So 054, remember we're flying to it, so we need to flip it. So we put in the 274, so or 234. 0 becomes a 2, 5 becomes a 3, 2, 3, 4. So if I go down here and dial in 2, 3, 4, there's 2, 3, 4 right around there. It's going to have us fly further to the south, right? We have to fly further south to intercept that because we are right around here right now, somewhere up here, and we need to fly south to intercept that course, and then we'll make a right turn when we intercept it and fly to the VOR. You can really like visualize this more if you are using OBS mode with a GPS, because if you have a GPS screen and you're dialing the course, you'll see the actual course change in real time on your map, the course that you're trying to fly to. It'll like spin around the VOR because it's based on the VOR location. But yeah, it's basically doing what GPS does, except instead of using latitude, longitude, GPS coordinates, and determining the course that you're flying between those points in space, it's just doing it using these VOR radials. So we just fly outbound on this radial, then inbound on this radial. Yeah, the visualization. Yeah, if you use OBS mode on the GPS, it's basically letting you do what we're doing here, just defining our own course to the active waypoint. But DME makes this a lot easier. We know we're 13 miles away from the airport. I'm just going to start descending. The airport is at 2,000 feet with a 7,800 foot runway. So I'm just going to start the descent. We'll just hit attitude. And then our ground speed's about 190. So we'll just go about 1,000 feet per minute. 190 times 5. We're going to do 19 divided by 2. About 1,000 feet per minute, pull our power back. Probably need to descend faster than that because we're pretty close. We need to lose about 6,000 feet in 10 miles, so. And we're going, 3 miles a minute, so. Probably have to circle around the airport a bit, but that's fine. We'll go towards the airport. We'll look at the windsock. Don't need to look up any weather if we don't want to. If we had VFR with, I can see a super long runway right there, it looks like. If we had VFR capabilities with Beyond ATC, we could just call into the tower right now, make sure we're outside of the tower's, that airport's airspace. And then if they establish communication with us, give us instructions, we can go into their airspace, we get down, follow their instructions for a pattern entry or whatever. They'd say like enter left downwind runway, blah, blah, something like that. So we just fly in, fly that traffic pattern, and land. Alright, so I didn't look up the runways here, so we're going to just look them up here. Click the airport. And we got just one runway, 09 or 27. And if we really want, we can scroll down and find the approach. I don't see any because this will only give us like USA approaches, FAA approaches. So if we want them, we could go here and find them in our trusty tablet. Put in our destination airport, SVBM, go to charts, approach. Actually, let's look at we'll look at runway info. It says runway 9 is recommended, but it says there's no wind. Nearest available METAR has no reported winds. So we could overfly and just do a traffic pattern. We could pick our own approach. So we could do a VOR approach, runway 9, just to stick with the VOR. So we're already using this VOR. And the initial approach fix, I mean, there's one out here as an initial approach fix. Mulca flies over the airport, then outbound and does a reversal. So we can pretend like we're doing that. We're flying here. We're going to go outbound. So using the VOR that's on the field, it says to go outbound on a radial of 272. So we can go ahead and do that. So now I can just turn in 272 radial. So I'm just going to turn this course around to 272. Right around there. And we're going to fly outbound on the 272 radial. That's what the R is right here. Radial 272, directly west pretty much. And then we turn around. Protected side is north. So we make our turn to the north. And it's got us, let's see, 7,000 feet. And then here it says to stay above 4,500 feet. So do not go below 4,500 until we're done with the reversal and we're back over this F. Is that the final approach fix? I don't even know what these mean yet. It's probably final. I guess that's the final approach fix. I have no idea. I've never looked that up for the LIDO charts. But yeah, we're going to fly outbound on that radial. When we get DME 8, when we're back inbound. So we can turn out, turn back inbound on a 092 radial, inbound. And then once we're within, it says remain within 10 miles of BRM, which is the DME we look at. It says at DME 8, actually DME 7.1, we can start our descent below 4,500 feet. So it's telling us our safe altitudes here. So we're gonna stop at 4,500 feet. 4,500 feet. And I'm using autopilot, so it's gonna automatically turn us outbound on that radial, which should be any second now. Because we dialed in the 272 radial. So autopilot's on, it's already starting the turn. So I'm in nav mode, it's using the VOR to fly that course. The VOR is right on the field. Now it's unlike a localizer, right? The VOR is not aligned perfectly with the runway. It's a little bit south of the runway, it looks like. So it's going to be a little bit offset from the runway. So here we can see it's intercepting that course we dialed in, 272. Now we're using the VOR. 112.2. Is there an ILS approach? ILS DME 09 is 110.5 is the localizer. We're using 112.2, which is the VOR. This is different. VOR runway 9. ILS DME runway 9. This is the localizer. And this will be set up with the runway. So final approach course 092 on the localizer. And it's giving us VOR 092, but it should be... Yeah, I think that's the 3 point... Is that, no, that's a 3.7 degree angle of descent, I think. It should tell us the offset, right? How do we find the offset? I mean, it's going to be offset more than the localizer, but it might be pretty accurate depending on how close it is to the runway. Oops, I went below our protected altitude. Anyway, we'll use... I'll just disconnect here, make our turn out. So I'm just going to turn until this arrow is at the 45 degree mark right here. Need to stop descending. Alright, that's at the 45 degree mark now. And then we're going to turn back inbound after a minute so we can like clock it or whatever. I should go back up to 4,500 feet though. So we do like a 1 minute, do 1 minute outbound, then make a standard turn left all the way around to the reciprocal of our current heading. So we're here right now. I'm just going to turn this around for reciprocal heading. Like that. So I just have us 45 degrees out. So I'm just turned so this is lined up with the 45 degree marker. And then we'll make a left turn all the way around and we'll re-intercept the inbound course. So the inbound course is going to be 092. So we'll just go ahead and tune in 092. There's 090, 12, roughly there. And we can still keep that line on the 45 mark if we want to make sure we're going outbound 45 degrees. Like that. Anyway, let's turn back inbound now. So we're going to turn around to our heading. Or you can just turn around and fly right in between, or fly right where the broken line is. Where that broken line ends. Alright, we're a little above 4,500, so we can... I'm so bad at maintaining altitude. And then when our DME here, our DME is at 14.7, so when our DME gets to 7.1, we can descend below 4,500. So we're just going to turn around, fly right at this broken... The tip of the broken line right there will be our 45 degrees. Right like that. There we go. You can see that because, look, we're pointed right at this line, and look where this little 45 degree notch is. If we are pointed right at that line, then the arrowhead is right at the 45 degree marker. So now that the course is coming in, we're going to turn, when this starts coming in, we're going to turn left, aim right at the line. And we're going to wait for DME. See, it's coming in right now. When it gets to 1 dot, I'm just going to do a left turn standard rate. So we'll go left turn. Watch the turn coordinator and point the wing where it says L. Right there. There we go. And maybe a little slower. So if we're just staring at our instruments, then we need to be to the right more. And we're not descending yet, not until DME. Not until DME 7.1 we're allowed to descend. Below 4,500. So this is at DME 11. I'm gonna get to the right still. I'm climbing. I haven't done the like blinders thing for a really long time. This is difficult for not doing it forever. Okay. I'll try to get back on course. We're at DME 10.4. How landing rates? Yeah, you got it. Alright, DME 10.4. We're good on our altitude. We can go down to 4,500. And we're waiting for DME 7.1. We can go below 4,500 feet. 7.1. There's 8.8 DME. We're at 5,000 feet. Okay, line is almost in the middle finally. Just waiting for this to get to the middle. I just made it too aggressive of a turn before. Okay, and what was it? DME 7.1. So 4,500 feet until then. So I should not go below it until right now, 7.1. Alright, we can keep descending now. It's a little too fast. Alright, I'm too uncomfortable with that. Alright, but we're pretty... It's going to be a little bit off to our left. So let's slow it down a bit. Let's get our gear down. Or we are a little off to the left. Alright, prop mixture. Flaps 10. I think the wind is probably pushing hard from the right. Let's see, if we look at back. Yeah, look at the wind. That's why it was hard to get lined up with it. We got a good wind from the right. 23, mayday, mayday, mayday. Mayday, mayday, mayday. Alright, let's get flaps 20. Let's get the fuel pumps. Fuel boost on.
I just want to tell you both good luck. We're all counting on you.
Good luck. Oh yeah, Salty, thank you for 5 months, dude. I don't think I said thank you an hour ago. I was, troubleshooting. I was tech supporting. We're way too low. Oh my god! The ILS is alive! Never trust the ILS, not anymore. Never again. VOR approaches every time. Alright, so gears down, 3 greens. Let's get full flap. Actually, let's get less than full flaps because I don't know what the crosswind is, but it doesn't feel great. The windsock doesn't look that aggressive.
Hey Joe, wake up.
Looks okay to me.
Oh, where am I, folks? Oh, we've got Rose Farm. Congratulations, Coach Captain for 6 months. That's a big deal, they said. Woo. Prime Borks, no Borks.
Okay, I'll do full.
Remind me of, oh, that's nice. Where's my coffee?
Where's my coffee? Get the man his coffee. Ross, thank you for 4 months or 6 months, I think, total. Thanks, dude. Oh yeah, there. Now the windsock looks like it's a complete crosswind. I think I just didn't see it before. It looked like it was like straight on. Ailerons into the wind. Okay, that was alright. Not the best. 91. Yeah, that was pretty good. I'm okay with it.
Congratulations to RG75 for predicting a landing rate of 96 feet per minute. That's some impressive forecasting, my friend.
Thanks for that prediction, Salty.
Now that's what I call a good investment. Just remember, if I can rock a tan suit, you can nail those predictions. Keep it up.
Keep it up. I did complete one. Amazing. Have I ever had my joystick forget what was assigned to what? Not in Flight Sim 24, no. It's all stored like in the webs on the internet clouds. If you just reinstalled the sim though, it might take a while for it to find the settings and pull them all in. But it should remember everything. If you reinstalled the sim, I would just give it a little time and it should put it all in. Alright, let's get the parking brake on. Clean the mixture out a little. Let's get the landing light, or the strobe light off. Only have one light on for taxiing. Fuel boost off. Off. Alright, let's see this much talked about tail dragging 737 MAX. Oh no, he changed the EC35. He's still a MAX though. Wait, who's this with no name? Wait, what? Wait, who's here with no name? I don't have join FS on. Oh, wait, do I? Wait, no, I don't. I do not have join FS on. You had to reassign your parking brake? There is a problem with the ARM parking brake shortcut that I reported like 2 months ago that they... Actually, no, I didn't report that one. I reported the camera bug. But yeah, that's been a bug forever. If you're talking about ARM parking brake, then I have a lot of problems with that shortcut ever since Sim Update 2 came out. they broke it, and it almost never works anymore. So I just don't. I almost. I have so many switches on this thing. I use like 3 of them because none of the other ones, like things just don't work. You can't reliably bind something to fuel pumps. It's like you can't just bind like arm pumps or arm electric pumps. It just doesn't work. Like 99% of planes, it does nothing. All right, here comes the Vision Jet. But yeah, I have issues with the arm. Arm parking brake seems to ruin things, and it never did before. That could be part of the reason why the Aerostar's parking brake is off when I get in. I'm not sure though. Invisible landing gear bug? Yeah, I wouldn't hold your breath. It's been a bug since 2020 came out and they haven't fixed it yet, so maybe 5 more years. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised at the lack of... It's just like multiplayer bugs that have existed for 5 years that still aren't fixed doesn't give you too much confidence they'll ever be fixed. Like people without landing gear, people in the wrong planes, people in substituted with planes that look nothing like the plane they're flying, not even close. Like Speeve and the tail dragger Max somehow, you know. So I just assume they're basically never going to fix it based on the 5-year history of them not being fixed. Yeah, Microsoft Flight Sim 2030. I mean, if those bugs have never been fixed in 5 years, then if they continue with that trend, they'll still never be fixed in 5 more years. Yeah, I hope they prioritize it and fix it because I mean, yeah. Multiplayer is one of the best things about this sim versus something like X-Plane. Is it's all built in. It is really easy to use. That's one of the best things about it. Just like multiplayer built in is fantastic. Built-in AI traffic if you want it. It's great. Aerostar on jacks. Oh, they added the jacks thing, didn't they, for maintaining it? I haven't tried that yet. You're in the CJ4, yeah. I have ultra air traffic turned on. Fixed in 100 years? Maybe. Well, we're on the long-term plan anyway. We're trying to all live for 200 years so we can get to #1 in FS Hub. I realize I haven't been contributing this last week, though. Speeve, what are you doing? $200 years old, no thanks. We'll still feel like you're in your 20s, it's fine. They'll find a way. It'll be technology. He's not in a Vision Jet. He is in a Vision Jet. Okay, he's just going really fast. Wait, is he in a Vision Jet? He's not flying like he's in a Vision Jet. He's flying like he's in a jet. Will we have Microsoft Flight Simulator in the afterlife? Yeah, of course. No, we won't. I love the prop animations in this plane, though. Look at these things. They look very good. Bam. Okay, let me make sure I got credit for it. Daily flight challenge. Done. All right. Next is Hamburg. to Stuttgart. If we want to do another one. I assume we want to do another one. Also, what's even... I don't even know what's happening in Foxhole today. Check the landing rates? Why? Why do you want us to check the landing rates? Group flights. Oh, hey, what a surprise. Hey, does anybody know why John wanted us to check the landing rates? Anybody? Anybody have a guess? No? Yeah, I'm not sure either, but yeah, I'm glad he asked us to check. No, it's not because he made the website. Nope. No, he's not. That's not why he said it. We know why he said it. Because he wanted me to be able to show off my 91 landing rate. That's why. Alright, let's do a jet. Let's do a jet flight. Citation X? Or other? You guys said that the Airbuses are all messed up? The any builds are all messed up? Any builds... I don't even... Do I even... Isn't the A320 in any builds? Where is it? Wait, where's the default A320? Is this it? Oh, this is it. They work fine for you? Citation X? Phoenix? Which one? Which one? Oh, just the SimBrief imports. Oh, okay. Alright, Phoenix or Citation? Phoenix or Citation? I mean, we do have the liveries for the 320. A380 is not a Phoenix. Rejected. Yeah, I don't really like flying the 380. Dark orange? Orange? Wait, these are the same. Oh no, that's... Okay, that's the different face. Yeah, medium daily. I like the green one. Medium daily, let's do it. Let's go EDDH. Hamburg. You're going Phoenix? I want to go Phoenix as well. Won't be able to see the landing gear? Yeah, probably not. We're used to that though. 5 years in. We just know it's going to happen. What time is it there live right now? 4:06? No. I don't want to do it. I'm going to do early morning. Gate 2 Bravo. Start flight. A320. Alright, let's get a flight plan going. Over here, generate SimBrief flight plan. Congratulations on number 1, John. Congratulations. He said, with a hint of jealousy in his voice. A320. Here we go. Phoenix SL. CFM SL. There it is. Alright, straight south we go. Generate. In kilograms, probably. Oh, we have stairs. There's a jetway right there. Alright, Cyber. See, Cyber's probably going to play Foxhole. I bet he's going to play Foxhole. Fresh coat of paint. The paint is so heavy we can only take... Actually, the paint being heavy is part of the couch thing. We have so much extra... it's so light because we only take like 40 people because there's all couches inside. Everyone's playing it without... Wait, are they? Well, I'll play it after this flight. I'm totally down to play it after this flight. But what's yeah, I want to oh, dude, I'm into Foxhole. I think more than likely it's going to be me doing 1 or 2 flights and then playing Foxhole the rest of the night. So, let's get this out of the way and go play some Foxhole. Anyway, airtime's only 51 minutes on this. But I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, couch potato. Yeah. I don't know what they're doing in Foxhole right now, right? Like, how many days is it going to be down? Because the war hasn't started yet. Yeah, I've been playing Foxhole for a week. It's so fun. Yeah, planes in Foxhole, yep. But they're supposed to have a recon plane, like a dive bomber, and paratroopers, by the way. Paratroopers is going to be a thing. According to their, like, concept art or whatever. Alright, let me get Beyond ATC going, and we will fly. Let me get the Simbrief flight plan loaded into LRM. Auto-activate. Alright, there we go. Let's close dev mode. And let's get rid of these. We're going to get rid of this one. Get rid of this one. We don't need no EFB because we got our EFB. Let's hit fly. We'll use CPDLC. And Beyond ATC is loading. I got V1 turned on, of course.
Beyond ATC connected.
Okay, let's go. Phoenix, import from Simbrief. GSX is running. Let's make sure it's green. I'm too late. I don't care. I've never cared. Okay, how do I make it ignore the time? It's got to be an option, right? How do I make it not care about the time? It's got to be somewhere, right? Oh, there it is. Ignore time. I found it. All right, let's just re-import again. Oops, I didn't need to do that. I found it. It's away from all the other settings in the bottom right of the window instead of with all the other checkboxes for some reason, but... Okay, there we go. That's set. All right, imported. It says delayed, but we're not. It's fine. Mass imbalance. Load aircraft. GSX. We will see how it does. Okay, got rid of the stairs. Beautiful. All right. Somebody's already pushing back. Holy crap. Fee Vussy is pushing back. How do you speed up a flight? Use time acceleration. There are 2 settings and controls. Type exclamation sim rate. Sim rate. Or you can just search your controls for it, bind it to 2 things like control plus, control minus. What's up, PJ? You got yourself a new 90? What? You'd turn it. You'd turn and built. Wait, what? Built ATC voices off? Yeah. 5090, nice, yeah. Yeah, I mean, 5090 didn't... It doesn't really change my sim experience very much. I can play, like, in 4K now, I guess, instead of 1440, but everything is CPU limited, so... You're not really gaining a ton of FPS because of the 5090. The CPU is, like, more important in this game. But, yeah, I mean, check your settings and see if you gain some FPS. I haven't. I mean, I was able to up my resolution, which was nice, but... I'm not, like, getting 100 FPS all the time because the CPU is the limitation. Alright, the boarding has begun. Shift 5, there we go. All right, let's get the batteries on. External power, triple nav, tanks, crew oxygen supply, nav 1, emergency exit signs armed, seatbelt on, no smoking off. Now let's listen to ATIS. And let's get sim brief here.
Transition level 050. Read back all hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information November. Hamburg Airport information November. 0447 Zulu. Wind variable. Visibility 10 miles or more. Few clouds at 3,700. Temperature 09er. Dew point 09er. QNH 1015. VFR conditions. Landing runway 23. Departing runway 33. Transition level 050. Read back all hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information November.
Alright, we have November, runway 33s for departure, so let's turn that off. I'll just change my runway here. Departure runway 33. Select new. Find new route. Generate flight. Okay, new route. The IDEX 7 Golf and then the BADS 2 Alpha. Alright, runway 33. See how our loading is going. Alright, at 37 out of 150. Let's get the prelim load sheet. Actually, we'll get our clearance first. Alright, ATSU. Actually, let's do ATSU, AOC, flight init, data request. Get our pre-departure clearance. It's a new voice. I'm using premium voices. Did they update a bunch of premium voice stuff? All right, AOC menu. We'll do ATC request. Actually, not yet. We got to do init page A. Request that. We need our flight number. Couch 323. The usual cost index is going to be 20 and 22,000 feet. It's a low one. It's a short flight. 220. Okay, let's get the wind at the same time. Good, and then go back to ATC COM. And ATC menu. Sorry, AOC menu, and then ATC request. Pre-departure clearance. Gate number. Don't care. We'll put in a 1. I think it's November for the ATIS, but you can put in anything. Station is EDDH. Station. And send for the PDC. Okay. Go back to init, make sure the wind is in there. Looks like it is. Now we'll go to init page B. Go to the prelim load sheet and copy that data in. ATSU AOC, receive messages, load sheet. Zero fuel weight is 58.3. Zero fuel weight CG, 32.0. Okay, and then our block fuel, 5.5. Alright, that's done. Okay, then we'll go to flight plan and get the PDC. We'll silence the ATC warning or notification. Clear to EDDS runway 33. The AMLU 2 Golf. Let's double check if it matches here. It does not. Alright, AMLU 2 Golf, squawk 1000 and 121805. So we'll hit Wilco. Send it. Squawk 1000. 1000. And automatic. Okay, and we'll get another message from them saying pre-departure clearance confirmed. Yeah, I got V1 turned on. All right, so departure runway 33 to the AMLU 2 Golf. 33 AMLU 2 Golf, insert. Okay, we got another message. So message 2 is just gonna be, oh, whoops, message. Clearance confirmed. Close. I closed the other one. No, recall. It's broken. Oh, it works. Oh, nice. That recall didn't work the last time. Maybe they fixed the bug. Sweet. Okay, 1008 is November. When ready, call 121-805. 121-805. All right, so that'll be grounds. And we're still aligning. Are we still aligning? I turned nav on, right? Yep, align, align. External power's on. And then at the arrival, let's see, BADS 2 Alpha, runway 25. 25, BADS 2 Alpha via. Let's take this and import it for our charts. Okay, we have the stars. The BADS 2 Alpha. Looks like it's right here. BADS 2 Alpha ends up at an IAF LBU. BAD 25. That's probably it, right? BAD 25. Which is runway 25, yeah. So it's probably going to be BAD 25. And we can just double check that on our map. When it's ready. Speed brake lever, there you go. All right. Alignment in 2 minutes. Get these out of the way. Oh no, really, this is still a bug? GSX, you're killing me. Ugh. This is the bug where you have to go outside and open it by hand, right? I know it's working. I don't get it. Did they not do one flight? They had to have done one flight with GSX, right? Because this happens every time. I don't know if it's a Phoenix bug or a GSX bug, but... Alright, well, this is how I end up just undoing GSX, resetting it, and then just not use GSX, or it just, there's always problems, literally every time. I have to, like, I have a little notebook over here. It's actually only one sheet. A notebook is, anyway, I write down when GSX works flawlessly. I only have one sheet of paper. I don't even need the whole notebook for writing down when it worked. I write down the date and the time of when it worked, so I don't even need more than one sheet. What's up, band? Alright, well, now that we're loading those, let's go ahead and get the APU started, I guess. Master. Start. What is the, is it 7, 8? Oh, it's 8. There we go. Alright, APU starting up. See you, Bobby. Have a good one, man. Have a good night. Should probably change it to belt loaders, but whatever. Alright, APU's at 50%. Okay. APU available. Alright, let's get... I guess we can wait for APU bleed for a minute. Beyond ATC emergency protocol? Yeah, they'll do it at some point. They said they're going to do all those features. It was just a matter of like which one people wanted first, and they wanted to save 2 clicks on GSX. That was the most important thing. Not CPDLC, which we are getting now. We got our pre-departure clearance. They said next that after pre-departure clearance, we're going to get receiving messages like altitude heading changes, stuff like that. Maybe approach assignment, I'm not sure. And then they're going to add outgoing comms after that, so you can make requests with CPDLC to requesting stuff from ATC, like altitude changes or, you know, direct to and things like that. That'd be cool. Would be very cool. Alright, they're getting pretty close there. Let's get the APU bleed on. And we'll disconnect the GPU.
All aircraft be advised, information Oscar now current, QNH 1015.
Alright, Oscar is current. Alright, parking brakes on, TCAS on standby, APU bleed on. We need our initial altitude. Oops, cancel. So we need to go to departure, Hamburg, charts, departure. Find the green outline, get the page after it. That's the Habafu. Idaho 7G. Ours started with an A, didn't it? It is the Omlu 2 Golf. There it is. Omla 2 Golf. Initial climb 5,000 feet.
Refueling truck is on its way.
Refueling truck? Yeah, shouldn't you do that before all the passengers are on board? Well, I already got the APU running, so that's interesting. I just assumed the fuel was done first. Yeah, we're at 3,000 kgs. We're supposed to have 5.5, I think. Alright, well, whatever. 6.0 block fuel? Did I put 6.0 in here? 4.4. Wait. Fuel in tanks 5.5. Fuel in... Block fuel 6.0. Wait, what? Where did this get 5.6 from? Supposed to have 6.0. 6.0 kgs. This is in kgs. The Logi guys are off the game. Oh, we got foxhole references in Flight Sim now. Alright, come on. You think they're using petrol or diesel? That's a foxhole reference, don't worry. It's like SpaceX? You put the people in first and then the fuel? Yeah, the APU's been burning it, so we're gonna get topped off. It's kind of nice. Alright, top us off, dude. Alright, we can disconnect the jetway, though. Right? Boarding completed. You don't have to wait for the fuel. You can disconnect the jetway. The boarding is completed. A game on Twitch, Foxhole. It's awesome. I'm gonna play it after this flight. I think it's in basically the war ended today. It's a game where people, it's two sides that fight in a war, and it's very awesome. Close the doors? Doesn't it close the doors automatically? Unless it turned off auto door simulation. Control. Oh, it is off. Oops, there we go. Maybe it got reset. Boarding and then fuel. Yeah, it should be the opposite. I feel like. Yeah, the doors are not closing automatically. Phoenix, ground. Oh, no, the doors are closed. Allegedly. I think it's going to say it can't until the fuel. Boarding completed. I hit it again. And it doesn't say anything. 800 kgs loaded. Alright, we're at 4,000. We need 6,000.
City 88 Juliet, looking to pick up our clearance to Schiphol. City 88 Juliet, Hamburg ground, expect runway 33, weather 5 Golf departure.
Alright, 4,700 on the fuel.
Weather 5 Golf departure, squawk 1000, City 88 Juliet. City 88 Juliet, read back correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start. Wilco,
alright, we can get rid of this now.
Juliet.
I took up 5,000.
Gate 1 Alpha. Request pushback and engine start.
Constraints, nav,
City
plan.
88 Juliet, Hamburg ground, pushback approved, face west. Pushback approved, face west, City 88 Juliet.
Let's get rid of the disco. Or not. And what do we got going on here? All right, 5580. What are they loading? Aircraft loaded. Wait, why did it load 5580 and not 6009? What? They ripped us off. And so it's gonna fly over Badso and then outbound LBU. And then back to Badso. That doesn't make any sense. Let's remove Badso and LBU.
City 88 Juliet, request taxi to the active. City 88 Juliet, runway 33, taxi via Zulu 5, Bravo 5. Runway 33, taxi via Zulu 5, Bravo 5, City 88 Juliet.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, there we go. We had double Badso. Okay, there we go. Now that just makes the turn, goes outbound, and then we go inbound. Alright. Alright, I think we're ready for push and start. Let V1 tell him what's up.
Couch 323 at gate 2 Bravo. Request pushback and engine start.
Alright, let's get
Couch
the beacon on.
323, Hamburg ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face west.
Seatbelt signs on.
Pushback approved. Face west. Couch 323.
Oh yeah. 323.
Hello, Captain.
Hello.
Ready for pushback.
Alright, let's go.
City 88 Juliet, contact Hamburg Tower 126.855, bye-bye. Over to Tower 126.855, City 88 Juliet.
Default? I don't know. Probably. I didn't go through my library. We're in Hamburg. Looks pretty default to me. Alright, we'll see you, puppy. Yeah, I didn't stream Sim Update 3. Sim Update 3 has been a bad experience for 2 months, so I wasn't really excited about it coming out. And Foxhole was got my attention. Alright, they're locking the gear. And it's going to push back and face west, so that's going to be no... Oh. Wait, this says north, south, east, west now? Wait, is that new? Oh, I'm on plan, that's why. Oh, there we go. Okay, face west, which is... Well... it's to turn around, so we'll do nose left.
Release parking brakes.
Alright, parking brake off.
All engines clear.
Start at will. Alright. Start. And number 1. Thrust not at idle. There you go. Thank you. Good warning. Yeah, I'm on USA West, puppy, all the time. Always on USA West. Screenshot. Game bar always looking hilarious. Sorry, TJ. We're just loading the Red Bull plane on. Oh, he throws better in SU3? Well, that's good. Probably do engine 2 now.
Please set parking brakes.
Alright, parking brake set. Engine 2 starting. The steering on what's funny? On the Phoenix? Alright, engine 2 available.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Back to normal. Do this, do this. I didn't do the takeoff performance because I had so much time that I was like, I guess I'm done. Alright, sync the final load sheet. Runway 33 for departure. Send it over 150 all the way. Flaps 1 and down 0.4. Alright, down 0.4. Rotate at 150 and flaps 1. Yep. Auto brakes max. Get the laps timer on and takeoff config. PWS to auto. Waiting for cabin to be ready. And we get the APU bleed and the APU off. Strobe's on auto, and we're ready to taxi. We'll let V1 do the honors.
Couch 323, request taxi.
Couch 323, runway 33, taxi via Zulu 1, Bravo 5.
Alright, we'll use the BATC
runway
map.
33, taxi via Zulu 1, Bravo 5, couch 323.
I knew V1 would join couch eventually. Just a matter of time, guys. Parking brake off. Takeoff config's good. Just waiting for cabin. We're gonna go make a U-turn, it looks like. I'm just gonna make the U-turn now. Oh, I see a couch departing. Green weenie on the takeoff roll. Alright, Zulu 1 is this one, it looks like.
Couch 323, contact Hamburg Tower 126.855.
Alright, right turn
Contact
here.
Tower 126.855, couch 323.
It's got all of you guys. Oh no, it's got you guys in different liveries. Did everyone just pick red and orange? They do have we got different emotes. Looks like we got a couple Citation X's behind us. Red's the best color. I don't know. I like all the colors. I feel like I picked the green, the blue, and like the purples the most. All right, parking brake on. Looks like rudder trim is 0. Yep. We're at a 777. Oh my god, it's beautiful. Couches everywhere. Looks like Jules flexing it. Nice. No, maybe Jewel is Toga and Q is flexing it. That looks like I'm next. Alright, V1, tell him. Tell him, bro.
Couch 323 holding short, runway 33.
We're ready to go. Alright, is the cabin ready yet?
Couch 323, Hamburg Tower, wind variable, runway 33, cleared for takeoff.
Alright, clear for takeoff.
Runway 33, clear for takeoff,
beep.
couch
Set here,
323.
strobes on. Strobes on, lights on, seatbelt sign on, cabin crew ready. Alright, ECAM all green. I don't have the announcements on, that's why we didn't hear. On.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
Alright, we're good to go. Chrono. Because I'm going to forget it. You always forget the lights, you're a bad person. Horrible. You call yourself the world's #1 flight sim realism person? You write that on Reddit posts every single day? And you're forgetting your lights? Unbelievable. Alright, flex 68, SRS, nav, auto thrust, all that good stuff. $80 knots. 100. Chrono's on. I get it on early because I'll forget otherwise. B1 simulations. Rotate. Gear up. Do I have photogrammetry off? Looks like it.
Couch 323, contact Bremen radar 134.2.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Gear up, positive rate, gear up, fly Conti.
Contact Bremen radar 134.255, couch 323.
Alright, here comes our decel at 1500 AGL.
Bremen radar, couch 323, 1,400 feet.
Climb D10.
Couch 323, Bremen radar identified, climb to flight level 170.
Climb to flight
autopilot
level
on 170, open
323.
climb, ignore the restrictions. Yeah, let's get the runway turn off light and taxi light off. Seatbelts are on, no smoking on, strobe on. To go reset my cameras as always. Oh, you got a CTD? Oh, and the 350? Probably need to get the flaps up. Yeah, I don't think I've had many CTDs in the 350. I used to have some WASM crashes, but it's more a stability, or sorry, it's more of a performance problem for me in the 350 than it is a stability problem. Like, I think the stability, at least for me, the stability has been good. The performance is just always kind of lacking, but I don't know. Sometimes I look at my FPS in this and I'm like confused. So, I don't know, maybe performance is better than I say it is in the 350. Usually when I look at my FPS, I'm like kind of surprised that it's lower than I think it would be in the Phoenix and other planes. But I mean, you know, if it looks smooth, then that's all that really counts, I guess. Sometimes when we're staring at the FPS too long, it's just like, if we didn't have the FPS counter on, maybe we wouldn't care. Yeah, I don't think Any Builds is a great dev either. They seem to only care about marketing and not really the passion of building good planes for the community, like other devs do. They're definitely a marketing team first. I mean, you can you can see that just by every single time they send an email. Like, they try to send an email like it feels like twice a week they're trying to send emails out, and it's just really annoying. Without, like, it's just like, brand new update, we added 2 features, we added 1 feature, we still haven't improved the performance. There's been some crazy bugs in the 350, like the flickering screens, the disappearing cockpit stuff when you zoom the camera out. All that stuff was super weird. But I mostly blame Microsoft for that, really, not Any Builds. Like, there's a lot of weird stuff with LOD in the sim, so. But they're like the only one that has those really crazy problems. Most of the other planes, like, sometimes I'll have a little thing here and there, but. Whoa. Wing flexing. Alright, standard QNH. TCAS on standby. Let's leave it on TA.
City 88, Juliet, contact Bremen radar 125.1, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Contact Bremen radar 125.1, City 88, Juliet, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We'll see you. Tschüss. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. They tried to call it a study level plane. I mean, I'll leave that up to the real world pilots to decide if it is or not, but I'd be surprised if they thought it was study level. I don't think I've been hearing people say that about the A350. This is weird playing this again after not playing it for a week, because we're seeing like more than 3 pixels at a time, which is Foxhole has got its own aesthetic, but yeah, it's very different fidelity than this game. Apparently, they were saying Foxhole is going to change to like Unreal 5. That'll maybe it'll make the lightning and stuff really cool. Be interesting.
Couch 323, contact Bremen radar 119er, decimal 825.
Contact Bremen radar 119er, decimal 825, couch 323. Bremen radar, couch 323. Good morning through flight level 147 for flight level 170.
Variable 2 ceiling visibility. Okay, QNH 1015.
Couch 323, Bremen radar, radar contact, climb to flight level 340.
Alright, 340.
Climb to flight level 340, couch 323.
Alright, 340. Still open climb. We're good. And that'll be the end of the SID in a second, or yeah. Be done with the SID here. And then we'll be here at Badso. Badso goes to Luberg. I think did I take out LBU? I think I did. I think I need to re-add that. We have Badso and then something different. Yeah. Because Luberg's supposed to be the initial approach fix. Yeah, I know what I did. I chose the Bads one for the VIA. There's probably an LBU VIA. Yep. LBU, return, insert. And now let's make sure it goes Badso LBU. Get him out of there. Thank you. Badso LBU is what we wanted. There we go. Alright, it's all good now. Alright, perf here. Jewel, thank you for the meow. And it's times like that there I'm just so upset that I'm not on VATSIM. Yeah, hearing V1 say couch 323. It's pretty funny. You know, it would be a couch captain eventually. Come on. I've been trying to sweeten him
Center
up.
On 125,
tell him to join.
1, couch 323. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Him saying bye bye sounds very
radar,
unnatural.
Couch 323 through flight level 199er for flight level 340.
Couch 323, Bremen radar identified.
They need to have him read a few more paragraphs. Yeah, it could be. It seems like it could be a little better. All right, we need a screenshot of that. It's looking beautiful. I've turned these notifications off so many times. I don't know how to get it to stop. List perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, I'll try to find it again later. Oh yeah, American Made, yeah. V1 made me watch it because I was like, what the heck is this Barry Seal thing? I don't get it. But yeah, it's a great movie. I loved it. What is new? Did you guys do the you guys did the world event at all this weekend, the FS Hub one? I'm gonna be like 0 in our leaderboards this week, or on Friday's leaderboards.
For Bravo Lima, descend to flight level 180.
Descend to flight level 180, quality for Bravo Lima.
CT78, Charlie, Bremen radar, expect Alpha 1 Alpha, runway 06.
Expect Alpha 1 Alpha, runway 06, CT78, Charlie.
Alright, we're at 24,000, we got 10,000 to go. So wait, is V1's voice premium credits? It must be, right? His is the only one that doesn't say premium next to it. But I'm guessing it's premium. Why is Shift V not working? Oh, there we go. I was tabbed out, that's why. Well, that just makes sense. Couch. Couch.
Couch 323, you're off course. Clear direct to Batu. Resume own navigation.
What?
Cleared direct to Batu. Resume own navigation. Couch 323.
Oh, what now? Oh, Batu. Wait, what? Oh, did I not load? Wait. Oh, I didn't load the new flight plan after I regenerated the new Simbri flight plan. Oh, Batu was... That must have been in the first one that it made. But I had Simbri redo it. Okay, let me restart it. I just hit escape and then we'll just hit fly again and then resume. Should be fine. Yeah, I reloaded it in the Phoenix and in GSX, but I didn't load it into Beyond ATC.
Radar, Couch 323. Good morning. Flight level 278.
Quality for Bravo Lima. Bremen radar. Expect radar vectors. ILS Yankee runway 09.
I thought they fixed that where the AI ATC when you resume wouldn't just start it. Wouldn't just all start talking again. It's like more bugs coming back that used to be gone.
Couch 323. Bremen radar. Radar contact. Descend to flight level 220.
What?
Descend to flight level 220.
Oh,
Couch
right.
323.
Oh my god. Right, 220 because we were only supposed to go to 220 on this flight. Oh, it is premium? Yeah, I wonder why they didn't label it premium like all the other ones. It made it look like it was free.
175, CD26 Mike.
People are going to see that all the other ones say premium and his doesn't, and they'll be like, oh, his is included, sweet. And then they'll burn through their credits faster. They should put premium on it. Alright, 220.
Quality for Bravo Lima. Billund Airport landing runway 09.
We're just taking a little detour here to just put our face in the clouds a little bit, and then we'll be on the way down. Go down again.
Quality for Bravo Lima. Descend to flight level 180.
Descend to flight level 180.
Credits? Because it's through a third party, and all of the AI TTS, a lot of the higher end AI TTS services, they all go by a credit system, just like ChatGPT, if you use their API. It is all based on characters, so it's not something Beyond ATC made, it's what their partner, or I don't know if it's 11 Labs or one of the other ones, probably 11 Labs. I think everybody uses that. But everything is through number of literal keyboards, you know, literal characters you type. How many characters you can type and translate. But they don't make money on it. It's just a third party that's integrated into it. So when you buy the credits, you're buying credits that go to that third party. If you look on the Beyond ATC website, they say that they don't make any money off of it. What's up, Otter? Well, so far so good with the stability. I feel like the performance is definitely choppier than it usually is, but like I can feel my frame rate is lower, but I'm trying not to stare at the FPS. Jason said I got done with my first over an hour flight in the Citation X. Orlando to Ohio, was going to bed, so I was streaming. Oh, nice, man. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, the Citation X is great.
Contact Copenhagen Control 119.43, quality for Bravo Lima.
Alright, it's going down to 220.
Bremen radar. Air Hop 3 for Golf Papa. Flight level 310.
Air Hop 3 for Golf Papa, Bremen radar, radar contact. Continue climb to flight level 360.
Continue climb to flight level 360, Air Hop 3 for a Golf Papa.
Alright, we're at 220 now. Alright, 298 until TOD, it looks like. ETP is in 70-ish miles, 75 miles. Whoops. I feel like I'm getting a lot of screen tearing. I don't know if it's... I think it is... No, it is showing up on the stream, isn't it? Yeah.
KLM 44 Romeo, Bremen radar, expect Noka 2 Alpha, runway 06.
I was using the NVIDIA like fast VSync option, but that's maybe what's causing it. I might flicker. I'm gonna turn that off and then I'll turn it on in the sim. What's up, Jason? Sim Update 3 broke the sim. It was simultaneously like me not being excited about Sim Update 3 because of all the problems I had with the beta and discovering this game called Foxhole that is extremely, extremely fun. A few people here joined me too, like Speeve and Q have joined up and we've been playing it. Like it is so much fun. I love it. I think it's going to be my secondary game, maybe even my primary game for the foreseeable future, and play this less often. But we'll see how long it lasts. I might get bored with it in another week or so, you know. It really depends on... It's kind of a sandboxy game, so it really depends on if I can keep it interesting or not for myself. That was one of the big challenges in Flight Sim, right? But at least there's a main goal in Foxhole. Yeah, the opposite of flying. Yeah, they're gonna be... It's like an overhead war game. It's like a World War I era MMO where it's like thousands of people fighting each other. I think each server can have about 4,000 total people. But it's an ongoing, persistent war where you do everything from logistics to fighting, like everything in between. So it's very, very cool. I recommend it if you... It's like a top-down, it looks like a zombie, like, survival shooter kind of game in that top-down look. Think of, like, Project Zomboid, but World War I and an MMO. Like, that level of depth with building stuff and tactics, and everything is made by players. It's pretty incredible. So, we're having a lot of fun with it. It's definitely scratching an MMO like itch that I've had for a while. So yeah, I've been playing it just on Twitch. So if you haven't seen me, you haven't seen me on YouTube, but I've been on Twitch almost every day. I took a couple days off. I was playing it off stream, and then I figured out how to stream it in a responsible way. You don't play anything that doesn't involve airplanes? Well, luckily for you, the next update of Foxhole is gonna add airplanes into it. They're adding recon planes, bombers, maybe fighters, but at least recon, bombers, and paratrooper dropping planes. So if you've ever played like an RTS or any game like that with like tactics and an RTS, then I don't know, I'd recommend checking it out. It's on Steam. It's like 30 bucks. It's a lot of fun. I haven't had a game capture my attention. Fokker triplanes. I'm not sure exactly what planes. It's all like World War I era stuff. But it's been a really, really fun time. Oh yeah, Sleep is also joined too. Dude, Sleep knows what he's doing, man. Sleep is like destroying everybody. It's great. Yeah, we're having a fun time. There's a new war about to start. The last war just ended this morning at 9 a.m. About 11 hours ago, the war ended. So there's a whole new war is going to start up. I don't know how long it's going to be in between wars, but right now it's in like a little fun mode where people are just like temporarily playing. Like, I don't know what we're doing. We'll find out after this, but yeah.
Contact Langen radar 118.75 KLM 44 Romeo. Bye bye.
Yeah, the rest of us are noobs compared to Sleep. I feel like we picked it up pretty well. It's been fun. I mean, we're kind of learning a little bit of everything, like how to build vehicles and ammo and weapons, and yeah, use the gas grenades. It's such a good game. I wonder what kind of like low-end computers it could run on, like with lower graphics settings. Even I feel like it's probably. I mean, it's way more accessible than Flight Sim, you know. Artillery stealing vehicles. Oh yeah, we haven't even done partisan stuff like sneaking into enemy bases and stealing their tanks, just running in with a wrench and stuff and just taking vehicles. You can just run into an enemy base if you can sneak your way in, do recon, be all sneaky boys through the woods, break into bases and steal like the most valuable vehicles we can. We could totally do that. Robin Hood. That could be really fun. Get a little partisan recon group going. Alright, we got ETP in less than 40 miles. Looks like about 35-ish miles. Then TOD. This keeps glitching out. Looks like it's at 200-ish. Couch Team 6. Sounds too lazy to be effective. In this game we're the couch captains, in that game we're the couch craptins. Boots OTG. The BOTG.
Bluffer 1 Alpha, runway 06, ready for descent, KLM 96 Foxtrot.
KLM 96 Foxtrot, descend to 10,000 feet, QNH 1013.
Descend to 10,000 feet, KLM 96 Foxtrot.
Alright, winds are even lower now. Variable at 1 knot instead of 2 knots. Alright, might as well grab the ATIS now. 2613. A little too far out to hear it clearly. It's currently in resistance phase. Wait, so did the new war start? Or it's just some random mode that's happening right now?
Center on 119er, decimal 175, KKLM 96 Foxtrot.
So the audio is going to cut out for a second. Let me turn something down. Alright, that should be a little better, maybe. Every random reset. Oh, it's random to pass the time until the war starts? Okay, yeah. Oh, I missed Jason's message. He said after.
Contact line and radar 127.6.
All right.
Contact Langen radar 127.6, couch 323.
So after World War I and before the next war, you should be drinking bootleg hooch, listening to jazz.
Couch 323, Langen radar identified.
What's up, Frylock? Alright, TOD still glitching out. Oh, it said 222. Let me make sure we have a TOD marker on here. Yeah, there we go. I'm horrible. You got it. Just for you, A350. I love you so much. Yeah. I don't know. Sim Update 3 having worse performance in everything. We'll get used to the performance being worse, and then the A350 won't seem as bad because everything got worse. A war game that turns into something else, like a mafia game between wars. They basically like open up. I don't know. I've never done the between war thing, so I'm about to find out after this flight. I'll switch over to it and see what's going on for a couple hours. But yeah, they just put in a temporary mode where people just mess around. They built like a fight club or something, and people are like fist fighting each other in this ring that they built. I don't know. I saw that on Reddit.
Ryanair 8 Bravo Alpha, contact Munich radar 120.65.
Center on 120.65, Ryanair 8 Bravo Alpha.
Oh, I missed it? You went in it? Nice. Where did they have it? Everybody just went to a certain... They built it in one spot, or was it all over the place? I'm guessing it was just in one central location, right? Sounds hilarious. Oh, whoops, I wasn't supposed to talk about it. Yeah, my bad. Well, it's over now, right? So it's okay. There was a label on the map, like, that everybody could see. That's funny. Was it pre-built, or did players have to make it? Damn, they already stopped it? Wait, so did the new war start or no? It didn't, right? Players made it? Not yet. Wait, so they took... I don't get it. But the Fight Club is still there then, right? It must still be there.
Langerada, Transavia 5315. Good morning, flight level 370.
Okay, you're just saying that I missed the main event.
Identified. Continue climb to flight level 390.
You could still go there, but there's probably nobody.
Flight level 390, Transavia 5315.
Nobody's participating. Maybe I'll find some stragglers to fight. It's pretty funny. Do you guys know how long it's usually down for? Like, are we talking like a day or weeks? Or like a week? I'm surprised that there's so much downtime. I mean, they're probably like making updates to the whole service or something, but I don't know. Are the normal servers up, or it's like a temporary server that people play on while they update the real servers maybe? I don't know, I'm just curious what the downtime is. I'm just excited for the new war. Our first brand new war in Foxhole. And Speed, thank you for the A350 biddies. I'm gonna check if this handlebar mod was updated for Sim Update 3's release because it's been so annoying. Doesn't Heclac make that? Flightsim.to. And let's look for handlebar. Yeah, it's from Heclac. Last updated 3 months ago. Yeah, I think he's gonna have to update it again because I'm pretty sure they broke it again. Yeah, it says the previous... Oh wait, it says please download the latest version that includes an update for Sim Update 3. But it says that the file hasn't been updated for 3 months. Oh, I thought I used it and it was still broken. Or, you know, it still didn't hide it. Beyond ATC doesn't work for you this flight? Doesn't let you descend? There's no option to descend. Are you sure they didn't tell you to descend via? There is an issue if you don't have an arrival. One of the big bugs that's annoying is when it doesn't tell you to descend via. But for some reason, if you look at the interface, it's as if it told you to descend via. So yeah, unfortunately, I just ignore it a lot of the time. I'll just descend anyway. I'll just set it up to descend via whatever star we have. They really need a big bug fix pass with Beyond ATC. It gave it to you way late. Yeah, it's really... It's taken a step back with the core ATC stuff. It hasn't been as good. Like, it's nice that they're adding the CPDLC, but the core ATC is lacking, is like falling behind, and bugs are creeping in, and it's been pretty frustrating, I'd say. There are times when I just don't turn it on at all.
With Malta 525, contact Langen radar.
Yeah, when you ask, when you say ready for descent, they'll say landing runway 33, and that's it. And you're like, yeah, it's annoying. That's been a bug for like months. I basically use Beyond ATC as like background noise at this point, more than the ATC itself, just because of those bugs. It's like, if you're new to using it, it's fine, but if you've been looking at these bugs, having these bugs on every flight almost for like 4 months, it gets tiring. I'm sure they'll fix them, it's just been too long in my opinion. These bugs have been out there too long. I don't think they won't fix them, I just think, you know, they're clearly working on other stuff. Maybe there's some huge thing they're doing with VFR that's interfering with their ability to fix these bugs specifically. Maybe they're redoing it all again. Like, they redid all the vectoring logic, and we're like, all right, this is going to improve over time, but we redid it from the ground up. Maybe they're doing that again because of what they have to do for VFR. If that was the case, like, I really wish they would just tell us, though, because, yeah, running into the same bugs over and over again every flight is a bit frustrating. If we knew that, you know, the reason why those bugs weren't fixed is because of something else that's huge that's in progress, that'd be nice to know. Kind of in the dark. You know, my rolling cache probably got reset. Hopefully this doesn't crash the sim. Yep, it's down to... it changes it every single time. So that might be... it might help with a little bit of the stutters.
Joe, wake up. You gotta finish your thought.
Wake up, Joe.
Oh, right. Congrats to Jake, then 13, being a coach captain for 3 months. Terrific. You know, it's like flying a plane, isn't it? Wait, whereas I smell someone's head once. Beautiful thing. Let's keep it flying, folks.
He smelled somebody's head once. Maybe more than once. There we go. Jake, thank you for 3 months, dude. Appreciate it, man. Alright, well, I have photogrammetry on. When we departed, it didn't look like I had it on.
Center on 126.225, Ryanair 7 Golf, bye-bye.
That sounds like a new voice, too. Clouds look good. I mean, they improved the distant clouds. Like these, I don't know, these look good. Wait, is that the airport? No, it's not. Okay. But we do need to descend, don't we? You guys are talking about descent. I'm not even thinking about the descent myself. It's coming up. It says -3, but the TOD marker's over here past Ubeno. So I think we're fine for now. Alright, good luck in the dungeon.
Langen radar, guys from Foxtrot Mike, flight level 229er.
Mac, thank you for the biddies.
DCF from Foxtrot Mike.
Mac, are you gonna play Foxhole with us?
Climb to flight level 310.
I think we need Mac in our Foxhole squad. I could. I will. I'm gonna play it after this flight. It's between wars right now, so it's like a sandbox, like, or it's like a weird, like, it's not a free-for-all mode. What is it? I don't even know what it is. I haven't signed in. It's just some random temporary mode until the new war starts. I don't know. I don't even know how long it'll be until the new war starts. Yeah, well, I don't know what resistance phase means. What does that even mean? I mean, everything we're doing means nothing, right? We're not doing anything that affects the next war, right? It's just all just for funds. Just for fun, yeah. See, I don't know. I'll try it. I'll try to have fun. Still war? Well, it's not like an official war. I'll try to have fun, but I prefer to know that the stuff I'm working on is for the war. Like, I don't like the temporary stuff. I wish it would just go into the next one. Time to see what it's about. It's just on Steam. It's just called Foxhole. It's like a real-time strategy, World War I era, like overhead zombie-looking style shooter. I don't know how to describe it. It's a persistent 24/7 war between two teams, two factions that are fighting for territory control, and there's like all sorts of World War I era stuff. Gas grenades and tanks, and you haul stuff with trucks and trains and ships. And they're going to add planes in the next major update. I bet it'll be like next year. I've just been playing it like a week, and that's why I haven't been playing Flight Sim. But yeah, a bunch of us have been playing together. It's been fun. I've just been streaming it on Twitch. What's funny too is those little audio clicks. I don't know if you guys noticed, but they happen 0 times in Foxhole. It's only Flight Sim I get these weird things. Those audio glitches are not. Yeah, Colonials, yep. Well, I think right... Oh, does it ask you right now? Anyway, I'm gonna stick with Colonials, yeah. Just because I'll probably try Wardens at some point, unless I get like super obsessed with one faction, but... But yeah, I'll stick with Colonials for now. I'm not opposed to trying Wardens eventually, just to try different equipment and tanks and all that stuff. And then decide what my preference really is after trying both. A peaceful interlude on like the continuous push and pull of a world conquest. The resistance phase has no overarching objective. Or overarching? Arching? Arcing? Overarching? It is time for the community to relax, experiment, and prepare for the next round of intense combat. That's cool. Do they still have all the Logi stuff? Like, can we just go in and play with Logi stuff if we want? I'm guessing everything's in there. Yeah, okay, cool.
Bad, so 2 Alpha, runway 25, couch 323.
Alright, bad, so 2 Alpha, runway 25. I think that's what we have.
65 Mike, Langen radar, expect no go 3 Papa, runway 23.
Bad, so 2 Alpha, runway 25. I like that they call it a peaceful interlude, except people are still fighting each other. It's definitely not peaceful, right?
Austrian 19 Charlie, descend to 4,000 feet, QNH 1015.
Descend to 4,000 feet, QNH 1015, Austrian 19 Charlie.
The TOD marker just keeps moving. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, like, what's wrong with the TOD? It says 117 there, but visually it's like 12 miles out. What is going on with this thing? It thinks we're still climbing even though we're at 220. Is it because I went above 220 and then back down? Oh, it's got 340 over here still.
Couch 323, Batso 2 Alpha, runway 25.
Oh, that's why.
Report ready for descent.
Alright, 21 miles.
Bad, so 2 Alpha, runway 25.
Performance. I mean, it feels fine if I don't look at the FPS. It definitely seems a little choppier. Like, I know I have lower FPS than usual because I've done so much testing with Sim Update 3 Beta. And I can feel that the frames are lower than I got in Sim Update 2. Like it doesn't feel nearly as smooth. And that's been the case since the very first Sim Update 3 build. So it seems like they just said, who cares, and released it anyway. I mean, it hasn't crashed for me yet. That's good, but when you take a hefty step backwards in performance, I don't know how anybody's going to be excited about that. Like, I could open it now. We're probably in like the 40 to 50 range on FPS. It's not going to be that high. It's going to be... Oh my god, it's at 30 FPS. Dude, it's even worse. It's not... This is what people are talking about, not going over 30 FPS, huh? Look at this. Look at the main thread, dude.
Descend to flight level 140, couch 323.
Yeah. Horrible. Dude, that is crazy. 31 FPS. I would usually have over 60 in cruise in the Phoenix. Look at the main thread.
Anyway.
We started this flight with 12 milliseconds. In this plane, we started it in 12 milliseconds, main thread. 12 milliseconds. It's red hitting over 40 here and there. There's a 4 right there. I saw a 4 flash. It's more than triple the latency. And we're only doing a 1 hour flight. It's unreal, man. This thing wasn't ready to be out of beta, and they just... Yeah, it's not even an any builds plane. This is one of the best performing planes in the sim for airliners, is the Phoenix. Some of my tests before, I think I was getting like 80 to 80, at least 70 FPS in this plane. Yeah, this is... It's really bad. Look at manipulators, whatever that is. 20 something milliseconds, like... Crazy. Looks like they just looked at all the feedback, tried a few times to improve it, and then said, whatever, and released it anyway. That is wild. I think it's worse than it was in the last sim update build that I used, the beta build. I did clear everything, by the way. I delete everything after a sim update. I delete. And I did reinstall a full sim for the sim update beta recently too, like the last couple builds. So, yikes. Big bada yikes.
Foxtrot Mike, Langenradar, expect Zurich East 1 Foxtrot, runway 240.
Yeah, they pulled a Bill O'Reilly.
Foxtrot, runway 24, 7 Foxtrot Mike.
Lots of stutters in the audio. In the sim audio? Or my stream audio? I assume you mean the sim audio. This is the only game I've ever gotten those kind of... Those clicking, like... audio stutters in is this game. And 30 FPS. It's quite unique. Yeah, this is horrible. 30 FPS with a 50... I have a 9950 X3D and a 5090, and I have 31 FPS in the Phoenix. In the sim audio, yeah. The best so far for you? What hardware are you running? It seems that people that don't have like super high-end hardware got good performance boost, and people that have like super high-end hardware have really bad performance now. Probably need to go back to a 4000 series card. Yep, 3080 Ti. So you're getting way so I'm on a 9950 X3D and a 5090, and I'm getting 31 FPS in the Phoenix. I normally get like 70 or 80 in this thing in Sim Update 2. At least 60. Definitely not 30. Maybe the lowest I've gotten is like the 50s. But yeah, this is horrible. Head scratcher. I mean, I haven't really looked at Reddit on flight sim stuff for the last week. I've been playing that Foxhole game, which has been great. It's the AMD CPU, yes. Yeah, the GPU's bored. Yeah. Oh, it's all on the CPU. It's always been all on the CPU in this game. Yeah, 100%. I mean, look at the main thread. It's insane.
Couch 323, contact Stuttgart Director 119.
I would have main thread of under 10 milliseconds sometimes in Sim Update 2, and now it's hitting in the 40s here and there in Sim Update 3. It's wild.
Stuttgart Director Couch 323, flight level.
And they knew about this. I myself have been reporting this almost like over and over and over again on their forums, reporting it myself personally. Not to mention all the other people that have taken time to do this, to do performance stuff and post them on the forums, and they still release it. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. I can't believe that they're I can't believe that they went ahead with it. It's insane. 30 FPS. 30 FPS with like arguably the best CPU and GPU can run right now.
Cleared ILS runway 25, Couch 323.
This is wild, man. It didn't feel bad, and now that I look at the FPS, it feels real bad. I mean, I could tell just moving around that it was low. I thought it was gonna be like 40. No, I don't have my previous CPU. I sent it to a family member. All right, runway 25. Let's set up for that. We need to put in the ATIS, swap it here, go over here. Next phase. Perfect.
Variable. Ceiling and visibility okay. Temperature 09er. Dew point 06. QNH 1015. VFR conditions. Landing and departing runway 25. Transition level 050. Advise on initial contact, you have information hotel.
Alright, hotel runway 25. Down there. ILS 25 was already in. Rad nav. Let's go over here, Runway 25, ILS 25, LBU transition. Grab the chart. Yikes, this performance, man. This is insane. Alright, there's an LBU right there, and then I guess we're gonna go up this way to and just turn. They said clear for the ILS approach, so okay, LBU we turn right here and then left. Okay. Unsur, we got 180 all the way around to Unsur. So we're gonna connect here at DS531. Let's just make sure that's right. LBU D139 Echo. That must just be the turn, right? Alright, CI25. Where are all of these? DS531. What's this? Anyway, let's check the ILS 1099 on RadNav. 109.9. We'll go back to perf and put in the minimums. It's VFR, so we do Cat 1, 1390, Barrow, 1390, Barrow. That's done. Back to performance, and need to check our deviation. We're too high by 3,800 feet, so. I never pulled it down, that's why. You're ranting about performance as usual. Alright, so we're gonna go here and then I don't know where. I wonder why those... It looks like we turn right here and then left again and we follow this path around. But here it just has us flying here to 139 Echo, which I don't even see here. What is that sound? What's that? What's that liquid sound? What's going on? Alright, well I see 4,000 over there. More drag. I would love to. Can we get flaps 1? No, we need 230. That's fine, we got the speed brakes out. We're just gonna do medium auto braking. Do our landing performance. Runway 25, refresh the METAR, variable at 1 knot, ceiling visibility okay. Landing weight. Fuel prediction 2.8 plus 58.3 gives us 60, and then one more 61.1. 61.1. Low auto braking is fine. Save our brakes. Alright, low auto brakes arms. We are at 10,000 feet almost. We'll get the seatbelts and landing lights on. Strobe is on. What are we gonna have on final? We're at 27 FPS now. You solved the stupid sim object injector issue that popped up with SU3. Oh, for your for the walk around UI, for all your custom UI. I can imagine that it's going to get broken every single update. Just based on seeing that handlebar hide mod breaking every single update. You're getting close to 100 FPS, hanging in the 90s on Sim Update 3. In what plane? Yeah, 7900 XCX is incredible. But wait, what plane are you in? And are you running 4K? I'm at 4K in the Phoenix with Beyond ATC running and multiplayer on. And I'm running mostly ultra settings. So if you're running different settings than that, then we're not comparing apples to apples. Alright, LS. I'm just gonna hit approach. Loke Star. We're just coming in hot. 270 knots. Approach phase is active and we're at 270 knots, catching up to the glide slope. GS Star at 270 knots. Heck yeah. Alright, there's the runway. We overshot the localizer a little bit. Top menu broke for you. You don't have the handlebar on. It's just broke. Great. Good. Maybe they'll delete it finally.
Couch 323, contact Stuttgart.
Alright, landing rates. Oh yeah, PMDG, Citation X, Ultra and High.
Over to Tower 118, decimal 805, couch 323.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I mean, I got the 9950 X3D. I do have it. I don't have it in X3D turbo mode right now. It's usually a little better, but there is no excuse for my main thread FPS to go from 12 on departure to 40 redlined on arrival in a 1 hour flight. It is insane how bad it is right now. Alright, we're getting gear down early for some drag. There's the runway right there. What's up with the FPS? Oh, Microsoft released Sim Update 3 with known horrible performance problems is what happened. That have been reported constantly for the last 2 months, and they released it anyway. So, here we go. 5090, 9950 X3D, and 25 FPS in the Phoenix. This is just a royal mess up on their part. They never should have, they never ever should have released this. Like, it's even worse than it was in the beta for me. Like, there's just, I don't know how they decide to do that. That's crazy. I knew they were going to do it too. I mean, you just know they're going to do it. Somebody's got a date in mind. They're like, all right, we're launching it on this date. Sure, there are people there going, there's like dozens and dozens of people just on the forums alone in the beta reporting absolutely horrible performance. Maybe we should wait? Maybe one person said that or two people and they ignored them. You know, who knows? This is ridiculous. 24 FPS. Like, I had this problem a few times when, we were doing those super long hauls. And it was like hours into simming and we did like time acceleration 16 in the 350 and stuff like that. But dude, this is in the Phoenix on a fresh flight. All caches removed, everything. Like, there is no reason this should go from 12 millisecond main thread latency to 40 plus. Look at it. Look at the main thread. This did not happen in Sim Update 2. This is a huge fail. Yeah, it seems like if you have worse hardware, you will get better performance. That seems to be the case right now. Like, everybody's going to want to switch their 5090s for, you know, 4060s. There's a 4060 Ti. Back to a 3080 or get a 3090, you know? Something like that. It's just, yeah, this is embarrassing.
Retard. 7, 5.
19 FPS. Beautiful. Yeah, this sim is so messed up right now. Oh.
Well, folks, let's give a big round of applause to JFoot 709 for the best guess of a landing rate of 300 feet per minute.
Right at India.
That's some top-notch predicting.
Exit right at India.
I'm throwing in exactly 1 Bork coin as a reward. Remember, just like my tan suit controversy, you never know what'll happen next in aviation. Keep soaring.
Now let's try something. I'm going to turn off Beyond ATC. We're at 21 FPS. Beyond ATC is now closed. Let's see if anything changes. And then I'll turn off multiplayer and we'll see if anything changes. I don't think it will. I think we've done this test before in Sim Update 3. Reinstalling. I mean, I pretty much deleted everything. I also reinstalled during Sim Update 3 beta. It was still the same problem. There is no... It's actually worse than it was in the beta. They somehow made it even worse between the last beta build and now, because I would fly at least a couple short flights before I got to this point. This is the first flight and look at it. I mean, it's wild. I cannot believe they messed it up this much. It is very concerning. I don't know. Holy crap. Yeah, I deleted my NVIDIA shader cache. I deleted my stream packages folder, sim objects, scenery indexes, rolling cache. I've done it so many times over the years that I've also reinstalled the entire sim during the beta with no difference in performance. I've tried older NVIDIA drivers, newer NVIDIA drivers. I've tried turning on and off resizable bar. I've tried turning on and off X3D turbo mode with my chip. I've tried using Process Lasso. Nothing fixes what they've broken in Sim Update 3 in all the testing I've done, which has been like months. I don't know how many hours I've been testing and reporting my stuff to them on the forums. It's just, and there are other people doing the same. It is absolutely broken, and they still launched it. It is insane. I'm so glad that I found another game to play for now until they can sort this mess out, because this does not make me want to play Flight Sim anymore. I mean, I'm getting 23 FPS after one flight. It is just, it's so messed up. I mean, it's not even going to be, like, if I turn multiplayer off, it's probably not even multiplayer issues. We'll get maybe a little bit more. When we get it like 3 FPS, 4 FPS, but look at the main thread still. It's insane. Well, I mean, I spent a lot of time on stream doing testing and reporting my findings to Microsoft. So did a lot of other people. There are a lot of reports in there throughout the like months that Sim Update 3 was in beta, and they launched it anyway. So it's a surprise to nobody that found these issues in the beta, that the issues still exist. Yikes. They need, I don't know who is like making these decisions to launch these things, but this is just, yeah. It's crazy. Haven't felt compelled to upgrade. I mean, literally up until Sim Update 3 beta, the sim is fantastic. This is the worst that Flight Sim 24 has ever been. I've been playing it since day one. It has never been this bad. I have not flown Flight Sim 2020 since 2024 came out, and this is by far the absolute worst they've ever done on this sim. It's insane. And with all the reports they got from me and other people, to go forward with launching this is just... I don't know how they decide to do that. It is crazy. It is crazy to me that they would go forward with launching this to everybody with the amount of reports and performance problems that people are reporting on the forums for the last 2 months. I don't know what the reason is. Is there money on the line? Is somebody afraid to say no that's not ready? Like, something is happening where they're just unwilling to look at the reality of all these problems and say no. And if you can't do that, then people shouldn't be in those positions if they can't say no. People get paid the big bucks to open their mouths and say when something is wrong and to prevent things like this from getting out into the world. This is just totally messed up that this is out in this state. It's crazy. This is one of the best performing planes on some of the best hardware you can get. Yeah, Cap is getting 80 FPS with frame. Oh, with frame. I mean, with frame gen doesn't count. Like, it's fake frames. It doesn't matter. Everybody has to do testing with no frame gen and no DLSS. Otherwise, you're just getting fake performance.
About how good the Phoenix performance is. And Microsoft said, hold my beer.
Yep. Yeah, I remember. Wow. Guys, what game are we playing right now? So all the reporting I sent in was specifically about Ultra messing everything up big time. So let's see what happens if I go to low end settings real quick.
You need to stop the engines to request ground services.
Low end preset on a 5090. 31 FPS. Ooh, I got 32, 33. It's happening. High end? Why? Look, I set it to low end. Reset the sim? This is my first... No, sorry, this is my second flight of the night. I'm not resetting the sim. I'm closing the sim and playing a different game. .37 FPS on a 5090 in low-end preset with one of the best performing airliners in the sim. This is Sim Update 3. It's crazy, dude. I kind of knew this was going to happen. I don't have like a clip or anything. I'm sure I said like, I bet they're going to launch it anyway. It's going to ruin the sim. I am sure I said that multiple times just here, just thinking ahead to what was going to happen, that there's no way they're going to say, no, we're not launching it. They delayed it a couple weeks. They got a few more builds out, and then they're just like, well, whatever. We tried. Let's launch it anyway. And here we are. Ooh. Really, really, really bad. This is just like, dude. Sim Update 2. If you watch the latest video I published on YouTube, which was about getting really good performance, I was on the ground. What planes did I do? It was during that live stream I did a bunch of other planes. I think I was getting 70 FPS in the A380 in Sim Update 2 doing those performance tests. If I do them now, I'm probably getting half of that. But I've been consistently recording my performance and consistently getting about 40% worse performance ever since Sim Update 2 or Sim Update 3 beta came out. It's been consistently horrible. I've even reinstalled Windows. I've reinstalled the sim. This is the only game that pretty much I've ever had issues with is Microsoft Flight Simulator. So this is nothing to do with my hardware. This has nothing to do with my settings. This is a 100% just Microsoft Flight Simulator. So they're, you know, I'm going to be done playing this game for tonight. So I'm very glad I found another game that I'm excited about, because this is a horrible time to play this sim. And I've been a huge supporter of the work they did on this sim since it came out. And now, I mean, whatever. I've been playing it since day one, so 9 months of it working fine. And now today's the day where they ruined everything. Or, you know, whenever they released this 4 or 5 days ago. Oof. Hopefully they can get somebody there that understands how to troubleshoot these, debug it, and undo the damage that they've caused, because if they don't, this is just insane. No, a 97 XT, you'll probably have a good time with the game. It seems like if you have the higher end hardware, especially CPU, that your performance is now half of what it used to be. They've completely messed something up. I don't know how they did it. It's kind of impressive. So yeah, maybe hire some, I don't know. Is it QA? Is it the devs? Is it the management allowing something like this to go out with all these reports on your forums telling you that the performance is absolutely screwed over in this sim for tons and tons of people on high-end hardware, and you launch it anyway? Like, I looked at Reddit for the first time since this came out, and there's a thread there where people are talking about the same thing, saying like, how is it possible that Sim Update 3 has been so bad all of a sudden? Everything was fine. And there are warnings all over the beta forums of people like me and others reporting this problem. And they go ahead with it anyway. It's messed up. Alrighty, I'm going to switch over and go play some Foxhole and have some fun on that. Nice try, I guess, Microsoft, with the Sim Update 3 stuff, but ooh. Yeah, I'm very glad I have something else to entertain me. Not great, Bob. All right, YouTubers, I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to just be on Twitch. I'm going to switch over and play a different game for a while. That is, that's a big yikes. I really was, expecting it to be horrible. And, yeah, they came through. All right, I'm going to shut off the YouTube stream and keep the Twitch stream going and switch over. If you guys want to hang out on Twitch, it's just Kip on the ground on Twitch. Maybe see you there. We're going to play a different game that's fun and doesn't have 30 FPS, so... Goodbye, YouTube. Thanks for hanging out, and sorry that Sim Update 3 is so crappy for me. Hopefully it's good for you. Danny, thanks again for the super chat, and I'll see you guys on YouTube. I don't know if I'll be on YouTube tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe the next day, maybe the day after that. I don't know yet. Matters if they patch the sim, I guess. All right. See you guys on YouTube.